welcome to the 22nd episode of Pixelated Reception. I am here with the wonderful James Sarago himself,
Hey yo!
the good old boy Bone Daddy himself,
Hey yo!
and Big Cat Man.
You know you gotta save the
Yeah,
cat
2
for
seconds.
last, bro. Let's go!
Actually, you're not last. I am last. I am your boy Rodney, and today we are going to hit you with the greatest and latest of gaming news. Bam.
Damn.
Damn.
He smacked,
Take it from here.
he smacked that shit into existence.
That's nasty work.
Diabolical.
That's crazy. That's a whole crime in some places. Alright. So, I know you guys have been waiting for this,
Oh, yeah.
but Minecraft is finally coming to PS5 on
Ew.
Xbox.
What the fuck?
I know you can't wait. Get ready. Get
I
ready
thought it
to
was
get
already on
blocking.
PS5. What are we talking about?
I don't think it was, bro.
I literally played Minecraft like 4 days ago.
I don't believe you.
What
Probably
do
not a
you mean?
PS5 version.
I don't
What-
know.
what are they
Not the
possibly
PS5
gonna
Not
add?
the PS5 version, bro.
Yeah,
They're
no
gonna
Fortnite, bro.
You're going to start blocking up in 4K on these bitches, bro. You are not ready.
Okay.
Okay. Phil Spencer is letting you know that the time has come to get to blocking.
I'm finna get to blocking all of these motherfuckers.
I hope so. I can only hope. This is a little bit smaller, but I just want to get this out the way. I think this is pretty important. So GTA 5 has not had anti-cheat of any kind, apparently, on PC since it came out.
Good.
I mean,
Makes sense.
you know, hackers have annihilated that game, as we all know. They just did put in some basic ass anti-cheat though, like a couple days ago from the time of this recording, and apparently it completely broke the game on Steam Deck
Yeah.
due to like I believe something to do with like Linux implementation and how that works with the anti-cheat, like kernel level anti-cheat. This is gonna get complicated. I'm not gonna explain that. Basically, a program that works at a level that Linux says no, and therefore the game does not work on Linux systems anymore. Therefore, this
Today.
technically doesn't work on the Steam Deck. So they said, "Oops, fuck you," and Valve is just refunding it to anybody who wants it.
Damn.
Nice.
Imagine getting refunded for a 10-year-old game. That's insane.
Imagine playing that game for 10 years, no problem, and then just rip.
Yeah.
They said,
Imagine
look, just
buying it
look forward to
multiple
GTA
times.
6 and shut the fuck up.
How do you
I
refund?
mean-
Like, what about the fucking
I think they just have a link you can go to.
card? I'm about to say, like, what about the cards? You didn't want for that shit.
We just
Oh,
give you
yeah.
the money you
that's
pay for
not
the
true. There's no
game
refunds
back.
on that
Nothing
shit.
else.
Yeah.
So they just
You're
get
not
a hold out if they spend a lot of money on.
And years gone. See ya.
Nah, gee, that's too much money to just set on fire in
love it.
front of me. That's crazy.
I mean, I
Talking
don't know
about
if
sunk costs.
Rockstar cares. I mean, Rockstar definitely doesn't care, but like they are ready to do anything to keep GTA 5 rolling. So
I mean,
they will
have
wipe
fuck
out
you
a whole
money,
platform.
so they don't care.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Like, I didn't realize how much Red Dead Redemption 2 actually made. It sold like a ridiculous amount, like 22 million copies or some shit like that.
Nice.
But like obviously the multiplayer got dropped like a fucking hot rock in the middle of the sun. So I don't
Because
even know.
GTA 5 was just doing better.
Yeah, I mean it was just they were just making more content for it. Really, I think if they put out the same amount of content for fucking Red Dead Online as they did for GTA, like they added bank heist and fucking all that other bullshit, it
Mhm.
probably would have been just as popular.
I can see it.
Like the bones are there, but I honestly feel like it was just more expensive for them to make that, and they were like, "Fuck it, we could just do it on GTA 5 for cheaper."
I could see that too.
Which also has me a little. I mean, I kind of hope they do this because I think it'd be funny, but they might just low key drop GTA 6 support at some point while still supporting GTA 5.
Good.
What the heck? I
I
mean,
don't.
that is
GTA 6 isn't
possible.
coming out on previous gen consoles, right?
No, that shit is
I
definitely not
don't think
making that
so.
on the
No.
PS4.
So
That's just
that
gonna
means
blow up.
you losing that whole install base.
Oh yeah. So they're definitely gonna keep that around as long as people keep buying them
Like that would be
microtransactions.
I mean, just financially, it would
I
be
mean,
stupid. It fucked
Yeah.
up in every other possible way, but
hey, look, if
that would be really
nothing
funny.
sells a next gen console, GTA is gonna sell it. So I think
Okay.
we're gonna see a big bump in people switching over, and I think they might. I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully they do this because I think it's smart. But maybe they'll reduce the price of the PS5 when the PS5 Pro comes out, or at
That
least
would be
around
smart.
that time. Like, cause it's like, man, if that's imagine if people can go and get a PS5 for like 350 and they can get GTA 6, it's over with. It's over with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think the game's gonna run at 60 on the Pro, so that's crazy. Also, I don't think we talked about the Pro. This is more news. PS5 Pro is here. $800, buckos.
I'm good.
Wait, it's only
I'm
like
fine.
600.
It's
Stop
it's
it.
it's 700 without the
Plus
stand,
tax.
without a disk drive, without taxes. So
Yeah,
it's
nah,
honestly
that's
over 800.
770, bruh. That's 770. You want the disc drive? You don't
Closer.
really need a
Closer to
disc drive.
800.
Let's be
You don't
real.
you don't need it, but people do like their PlayStation shit for the Blu-rays, which people lose.
That is
What
true.
what is it adjusted for inflation? Because I remember it being something like crazy, like because when the PS3 came out, it was like what 600.
Honestly, I'm
600,
gonna keep it a buck,
600.
dude. Isn't the PS3 probably like if you adjust for inflation? Isn't PS3
Oh,
still like more
absolutely, it's more
expensive?
I
expensive,
think
and
it.
that
I think
Yeah,
it's
that
close
console
though.
failed miserably on release.
Hey, it
yeah. I
was
remember that was like
Also,
strong
600
as hell
something.
though. Strong as
600,
hell.
600, very unique. Was a printer,
What the
was
fuck?
It
a
did
fully
The,
everything.
backwards
it did do
compatible system.
everything.
By the way, the original one came out and was fully backwards compatible with the PS1 and the
That was
PS2.
beautiful. That was good times.
Okay, like that does not exist here.
I mean, let's
You
be
are
honest.
getting
Looking back
what?
on it, for what you actually got in the PS3,
That was probably
yeah, it
one of
was
the
actually
best.
worth it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah, no,
like
that
that
was
shit was one of the
crazy.
strongest things you could possibly get on the market. It had
Then they
all of
do
those
something weird with the
features.
games, which is why we never see PS3
But
Yeah,
games.
because it
so
was
many
running on
people
like a
like
weird
it was so
architecture.
hard for the companies to actually use the what was
It was a completely unique graphics processor or some
and it
shit.
made it a nightmare for people to
Yeah, it
games.
was impossible for people to just port like normal, so they didn't bother putting any effort to do that. Therefore, it got like shit on constantly.
Yeah, but the first party was
It was
ahead of their
crazy. Metal Gear
time.
Solid 4 still looks good. It's
Yeah.
I
nice.
still haven't played it, but I would still agree with you.
Well, isn't it lucky for you that you might have the chance in the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, which is pretty much confirmed by Konami, and they have said that yes, Metal Gear Solid 4 will be in there. They're just trying to figure out the logistics of that shit, so
Good.
that's gonna be cool.
It's about time.
Peace Walker's in there too,
Oh yeah, I love Peace Walker.
hopefully. Almost assuredly.
Do they actually achieve peace in Peace Walker?
No.
That's fucked.
He walked on the border of peace to only be met with the guns of the Patriots in the next game.
Oof.
Arguably, well, three is. But a lot of people say 3 is the best. Oh no, I got a special place. And
People say 3 is the best because it has the most memorable cast of characters.
What you mean, bro? 5 was the best.
What?
5 was the best.
Shut up.
Hey, I had a good time. 5 is the only Metal Gear I've beaten my entire life.
5 has probably the best gameplay,
Easily has the best gameplay.
but
Dropping crates on people was funny as hell.
Funny
Bruh,
as
other
fuck.
than
I was
that,
fucking people up, bruh.
Can you like be quiet doing that shit? Just drop it on here and call it a day.
You can beat a lot of things doing it. Problem is, there is no characters, almost. There's very little game. There's like 3 boss fights in the whole game?
Is it
would you even
3?
call them boss fights?
If you could even call them boss fights.
Jeez.
I mean, there's a lot of problems. Like, that game is just clearly unfinished, and I mean,
Clearly.
Kojima literally tells you that in the game at some point.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that man is. Yeah. Hopefully,
Yeah.
get to play that again. That looks cool. But you know what's not so great? It's a little game known as Final Fantasy 13.
13.
I heard a
Oh.
rumor that
Oh,
they are
no.
remastering.
Oh no.
The rumor
Yo.
claims that each game in the trilogy, Final Fantasy 13,
Oh
Final
no.
Fantasy
Let's
13
be
2,
real. They do not need to waste their time remastering 13.
and
Let's
Final
be
Gotta agree.
Fantasy
completely honest.
13 Lightning Returns will receive individual remasters, each priced at a whopping $50.
Nope.
Why the
A bundle
fuck?
of all three will be available for $129.99.
Nah, they're out of.
No.
Hey, yo, look. They hurting for cash, though. I understand.
They are.
They hurting for cash.
Bro,
Hey,
if anybody
hey!
is dumb enough,
Players who already own the games on PC or Xbox will receive a discount.
how big is the discount?
That's
about-
for us to find out and them to know and say.
It's low key gonna be
They
like
can
$5
30.
to
They
$10
like,
max.
yeah, we get.
It'll
If
be
they give it to
$3.50.
you for 30, it's decent. I ain't gonna lie. If you already got the game, you can get the new
I
one for
would have
30
bought
bucks.
them if all three of them together were 50 bucks.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
like 100 or something. When you said 130,
that's
I was like, what the hell?
They do say that they will include 4K resolution support, 60 FPS, enhanced textures, particle effects, and all DLC, and also
Don't-
make use of the DualSense features.
Don't care. It's
Also,
not worth the-
soundtrack
not worth
with
the money.
remixes. But
I mean,
yeah, that's
soundtrack
crazy.
was okay, but
$100.
$150.
You trying to lose money, big dog?
Wildin', boy. Hey, Square Enix is trying to go the way of Ubisoft real quick, boy.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
they trying to prevent that, bro. They think I don't know if
Not
13
by
is the
doing
way
that.
to do it though.
They wildin'.
They
Boy,
why are they
When
what?
13 came out, people didn't fucking like it. Like, bro, chill
Yeah.
out.
Hey, I remember liking 13, the original 13.
No.
Most
Most
people
people didn't like them.
Did not like that shit.
Yeah. A lot of
Me,
people didn't like
I honestly
13.
like
I
13.
like 13.
I hated
didn't like
13 too.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
like
Lightning
13
Returns
too.
was alright.
I never played
Yep,
Lightning
that's pretty
Returns.
much it.
Because they
She came
pretty much
Jesus.
just cut out all the Shaft characters and just had Lightning like they probably should have.
I really
Probably.
can't even imagine playing 13 right now though. Like based on all the games I've played since then, I just feel like it feels archaic. It would feel archaic at this point.
It's gonna feel like
I mean,
Velgar.
even when the game came out, it felt archaic. That's why they quickly fixed that shit in 13.2, but nobody wanted to play 13.2 because nobody wanted to play as the main characters.
Yeah, I ain't
I
gonna
want to play
lie.
Sarah, bro. That's crazy.
Literally, my favorite memory of 13.2 is when I got Lightning as DLC.
If you
Yeah.
like, I feel like the equivalent is everybody knows the Arkham series, right?
Mm.
If you bought one of the Arkham games, you're like, whoa, playing as Batman, this is amazing. Then the sequel, you play as Commissioner Gordon just cleaning his house. I feel is the equivalent of 13
Yeah.
Cleaning
and
his house
13.2.
is wild. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, because Commissioner Gordon will low key go hard, but
Yeah, he beating the shit
you
out
know,
of people.
not cleaning his
Commissioner
house.
Gordon doing nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Doing actual
Commissioner
police work,
Gordon
like sitting in a
ain't-
room reading files.
He ain't beating Bane in a fist fight, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
he's not a
ain't-
gun though.
It's okay.
I'm just
Everybody
He
was
busting
bulletproof
caps,
until they
bro.
weren't.
Pulling the grip on
mean,
it.
I don't think I ever saw Bane get shot in that game.
There's a reason for that. Point is, don't nobody want to play as Sarah. 13.2 is unnecessary. The whole remastering is honestly kind of unnecessary. And the price, they wild. They wild for that price.
You are a crazy gamer. if
I
you
would have
spend
bought the first one
$130
if it was
on
like $30 tops.
Yeah.
And that's pushing it. I got plenty of other better shit to
Yo,
play.
like, who the fuck do they think they are? Atlas with Persona 3 Reloaded? Like, what's wrong with these niggas? Like, do they not realize the quality of their game is just not there anymore? Like, what's going on?
I mean, considering that they are writing Fantasy 15 to continue funding any projects, I don't think so.
Hey, it's bad times for them anyway, though, because Dawn Trail is the lowest that game has ever been. I believe, in like reception.
I guarantee you the next expansion will bring those numbers back.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I think it's possible. But I just thought it was interesting that since A
Had some
Realm Reborn
questionable
came out,
character choices.
Dawn Trail is the equivalent of a filler arc.
yeah, I would agree.
Right before the next serious arc starts. We all
Like,
know
I'll
this.
tell you this. I'll tell you this. Right, because we beat Dodge Trail and everything, right?
Yeah.
From like just like a meta perspective, talk about the whole story, direction, everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing in Dawn Trail that actually fucking mattered was probably like the last couple of scenes where you get to pop MacGuffin to set up the rest of the expansions. Now they did a reset.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Like the
honest,
whole-
I don't even remember what he's talking about.
Good.
Honestly, I told Larone like if that shit was any longer, I wouldn't have finished it. Like I'm gonna be
Damn.
honest with you, that shit was
Oh yeah.
the worst type of filler.
I'll catch up one day.
Yeah, and like granted,
Ain't no rush. You got plenty
Yeah,
of time, big dog.
like they give like a benefit of doubt, blah blah blah. First time writing something like that, I get to do the pass because it
Was that
wasn't
his
God.
first time writing?
Oh yeah, the actual person who did like Shadowbringers or Endwalker stuff, she I think she just cooking something else for later expansion. She didn't do anything with this one, to my knowledge.
Oh,
Well,
they,
it's very
they brought the
minimal.
B team man, huh?
Like the main, yeah, like the main
Why-
writer.
The Dark Souls
Why did
2
they
squad?
let this man head? Why is this your first time?
Because everybody needs a first time.
Yeah,
right?
everybody got to get their
First
head
time.
right,
But
bro.
not Final Fantasy 14 is pretty much Square Enix's main moneymaker. You don't.
I mean,
you don't,
I'm sure that he's done other work for smaller projects.
let's
but,
look at this-
Everybody needs a
well,
big.
then he should have did a smaller part of the story and had
Hey,
somebody.
Rodney, he
Look,
gotta
No,
learn from
there
his
is no one.
mistakes,
There's probably
90%
bruh.
of Dawn Trail was fetch quest, bro,
Hey, yo, that's unacceptable.
and that shit was
At least,
All
at
I'ma
least,
say-
at least throw some
all I'ma
escort
say-
quests in that bitch. You know what I'm
All
saying?
I'ma say, they have those. All I'ma say is, I played it after having played literally all of the filler in this game.
Oh God.
See, you a glutton for punishment. You
I'm-
built
I'm
different.
not.
Most
Yeah,
people
I'm
ain't
not.
like
different.
that.
I have
fuck.
I have a lower tolerance. I mean, I have a higher tolerance for dog shit than most people, because I've lived
I
in
feel
the
like I
in
feel like
the,
it's selective sense of dog shit. Cause I swear
Uh,
you be playing some shit sometimes, boy.
I've been playing some straight dog shit, but
Good
it's
lord.
really I don't know why it does bring joy to me to see garbage on the screen sometimes.
What the fuck? Yo, you're a trash gamer, bro.
What? No, I like
Yeah.
good shit, but I only like good shit because I know it's good when compared to garbage. I know what true garbage is. I have ascertained
I dare
true
to the
garbage
abyss.
knowledge. Exactly. And I will say Dawn Trail is not true garbage. Okay, there's a lot of boring, bullshit quests, but
It's on the Railborn fucking.
it's not that bad.
Storm, no, I'm saying it's on the it's on the Railborn Storm.
It's
Stormblood.
very close to Stormblood.
Yeah.
I
like
think
on that level.
Stormblood stuff was less interesting up until the end. I think this was more interesting throughout, but it had really, really, really long spells of I'm hitting the skip button, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm not
100%.
listening to what this random crazy looking fucking alien monster is telling me. Like I don't care. I have not spent enough time with this culture to care. They will not be relevant in the future. Like it doesn't matter.
Damn.
I think a lot of people didn't like the main character that you follow around either.
You ain't like Vocal Lamau, bro?
Yeah,
I like
Vocal Mao is probably the funniest nickname I've ever
Woke
heard.
Lamau, man.
Woke Lamau.
What was her real name?
Wook Lamont.
Wook Lamont. Okay, she's
That's
like
a
a
whack
native
ass name, bro.
Mesoamerican kind of cat lady.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty cool. She got the
Yeah.
big Naruto thing going on.
Yeah.
I
Like
think
like
she's a great
basically
character.
Like I
basically
told
she
Larone,
was like a Naruto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were basically her Kakashi. That was like the whole story arc for the expansion. Problem
Yeah.
is, I really think personally they should just focus more on that. You training this person to do this shit, so you're not the one saving the day all the time. They probably should focus on the training arc a little bit more than they did. Get us some more screen time as opposed to walking around long ass
I have to deliver these goods to these people.
I gotta
Three
go
maps
trade
away.
this good to get this good to trade to this other person for this shit. Like,
We
nah.
must
Good lord.
reenact the dance of our people, but we need 17 different items to do it. Will you
You're
help
right.
us, Warrior of Light? Okay,
No, I
says
won't actually.
Wokamau.
I have an army
Well,
of
no,
people
you
and
have no
lackeys I
choice.
can tell to do
Wuklamat
this.
says yes. I'm helping Wuklamat. That is all.
And the
Like,
problem is they
Ron,
tried to like
you
they.
explained it to me as me being
What's
on
up?
vacation, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't a vacation.
it was the vacation because
You
you end
enjoy
up playing.
yourself. You enjoy yourself on vacation.
Hey, look, you don't know the Warrior Light was probably enjoying that shit. Like
Yeah, that
somebody
man
else
was
is the
I
hero.
mean, Warrior Light had to because it was plot, but hell no.
The problem is they
Hmm.
tried to. It is, I joked about this with Infamous Arati too. It's like, first off, you're playing Kingmaker again, all right,
Yeah.
and you got this one antagonist talk about some. We need to expand so our people could learn what war means. Blah blah blah. Like, motherfucker. 80% of the places you can expand to are under the main character's protection. So y'all can just run the ones right there. Just skip.
Like,
You
what
just
you
skip
really
it.
talking about, dog?
But like, you needed a story, right? It
But,
had
like,
to happen.
You could have just
Hey,
ran the
he
fade
don't
right
know,
there and
bro.
called
He
it.
don't know he fucking up though. He's just
He
dumb.
doesn't, and it's funny because you never feel the need to check him. Like, hey, bro.
I mean,
Now,
when you're, hey,
I
look.
will say this. It had a few good moments, right? Where they actually did realize the main character was the main character. Like when this motherfucker said, "Hey, I know you want to just crash out and slaughter this whole town of bandits, but we can't do that right now, bro. That's a diplomatic instant." Like them
Mm,
holding you back for doing stuff you know you can do is funny as hell.
The best
Yeah.
moments were, yeah, the literal moments when people realized who you were, and they were like, yeah, she was finna murder everybody.
like y'all don't even know y'all really witnessed your own deaths.
I mean, like, bruh, I shouldn't be doing this. I literally went to the end of creation and battled a god. Save your ass. Better stop it.
Probably should have been more of that. Should have got more anime with it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wanted
Like,
to
why
slow
does
walk
no
to the
one know
camera.
what you did?
Hey,
You need to be
man.
telling people.
No, you gotta be humble.
Nah,
Bro, look.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It should have been more subtle. You should have just had the main character slow walking into the camera while these motherfuckers were mounting off and just cut the black and we just continue seeing.
Pretty much.
Like, don't even have the main character say it. Just have the whole supporting cast was there. Like, have be like, hey,
Not the crass.
The
Yeah.
crash, bro.
The crash out cast.
Just go.
Like, most of them were just like, oh, I popped up here because, yeah. So let's
Oh
let's
yeah,
go search for.
what was his name? Astinian. Astinian just shows up like 3 times in the whole DLC. Like, oh, I'm here. Oh, goodbye.
Man just
Oh.
winds up in an old timey Western village in a
What the
tavern
fuck?
for no reason.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole
he was just
cowboy
doing.
section
Hey,
for
man.
no reason.
He's
He,
like,
he don't know what to
hey,
do with stuff anymore.
Nah,
Start
I'll say
operating
this
hidden,
too.
bruh.
he's a traveler. He's
see-
just traveling around.
14 has had this one issue, like throughout their whole story arcs. Like no matter which expansion it is, it always happens, right? Where there's some shit that pops off right in front of your character don't do shit. And I'm just like, at this point, we need to start writing things, or at least have the character preoccupied doing cutscenes. Because when a whole nation is under attack, and the king of that nation is trying to have the ones, even though you and your whole squad are there, you can jump this nigga. Standing back and watching someone just get smoked is crazy.
No, that sounds
You
diabolical.
gotta respect the ones, man.
Nah, not what this
Nah.
was for, bro.
Nah, this is Final Fantasy 14. It's an MMO. We jump people. We pay to jump people in this
Yeah, the
bitch.
main
Like,
power
we
is
quite
jumping
literally
people,
do.
bro.
Quite literally, we do.
That is true. Yeah.
Every bitch
That-
just like bringing 7 motherfuckers with you, bro.
We basically hitting the shadow clones every time we pull up. Like,
I will say this: there are some really cool boss fights in this. There is a boss
Yeah.
fight with a robot dinosaur man who is the antagonist guy, and his music goes fucking crazy, and his fight is way too complicated, but
Oh,
it's still
once
super cool.
you get to where something actually happens, game solid. Final Fantasy 14 is fun. It's the
The new
getting there
class
part
is
that's the
best
hardest.
class as well. Viper is the most fun melee they've
Yeah.
added by far.
Easy.
Not even close. But yeah, Wokelmal.
That's funny.
Vocal
Pretty
now,
boring.
baby.
I don't even know. Oh yeah, we were talking about Final Fantasy 13. I was like, how do we even get to this?
We
13 and
we
14?
talked about out 13, and we went to the only good town they had in a while.
Really out here trying to waste people's time. That's crazy when you looking for like that's crazy.
And why are they looking for more money,
Insane.
Rodney? Have you heard the news?
Oh god.
No.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Final Fantasy XVI have failed to meet expectations, says Square
Oh,
Enix.
I knew that the moment that shit really.
Yeah, no.
They were expecting too much from the jump.
I mean,
Probably were.
There was a reason to expect a lot though. Like 16 was supposed to be like a return to form, and then 7 Rebirth is like, oh my god, this is our best shit we've ever fucking made. And
Honestly, they probably shouldn't have let home cook. They should have probably had somebody else on that.
Story has nothing to do with the reason they game didn't sell.
I'm saying that from a personal aspect.
That's you. That's
I
not
mean,
why
you splitting one game into 3 parts and selling
That's
it over
part
how
of
many
it.
years?
I mean, that's part of it. Didn't do anything in the first one though. I think the bigger problem here is one, technically a game on PS5 I don't think is good. I think the performance mode looks like fucking Vaseltown. Like
It looks like
just-
what?
looks
What
like
did you say?
it looks like just shit is on my screen. Okay.
Oof.
I thought you liked looking at trash.
No, I want to see the trash, bro. I don't want to see blurry trash. Like it's just so.
that's
it's
where you draw the
so-
line. Got you.
No, bro, it's not even trash. Like, calm down. Like, but if you're playing a game and it's like actively looks like I forgot to put my glasses on, it's very distracting. Like, I can't.
What
It's
is
just
it,
weird.
blurry?
It's super low res, and whatever upscaler they're using is like not good. That's in the performance mode. In the quality mode, it's 4K or whatever bullshit up to 4K and 30 FPS, and it's like, bro, why am I still playing games at 30 FPS? That's crazy work.
I couldn't play it at 30. I
But
literally
I
couldn't do
I
it.
played most of it in 30, but that was also not the reason. The third reason that stopped me from playing it was the fucking heinous ass amount of mini games that annihilate this game's pacing in every shape, fucking way and form. Like, holy
I still haven't beat
shit,
it.
dude!
I still haven't beat it.
I'm probably never gonna beat it. Like, it's gonna
That's
probably take the next
crazy.
game to come out,
So
and for
are
it to be on
the
PC for me
the
to beat
mini
it.
games
Like,
are all of them are necessary? Or?
no, I think almost none of them are.
There's
but
an
it's like
entire
I want
arc
to do.
that you have
Yeah, there's story
to do
arcs.
of
You
mini
have to
games.
do it?
Yes.
Oh,
When you
what,
go
the
to
boat
Costa del
thing?
Sol, everyone,
oh,
all
yeah,
those mini
I
games
forgot
you
about
have
that.
to do. You have no choice. They are mandatory, right? And after Costa del Sol, you get to the Golden Saucer. There's more mini games you have to do.
This is true.
I just
That's
wanna
right
fight.
after each other.
I just want to fight shit. Like can I
There's
just
there's
fight shit?
fighting, of course, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can skip a lot of shit, but like, dude, if they ever re-release this game as like a remaster or whatever, like, add the skip button. Like, holy shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
Final
I feel
Fantasy,
like in
they're
the
gonna lock
original-
the best stuff behind the most egregious.
Oh,
minigames.
exactly. That's why I feel like you have to do it. You're playing Final Fantasy. You don't do the bonus shit. You don't get the cool shit at the end. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
but
how
I
it
feel
works.
like in the OG, like it was at least optional. It's like, oh, you want to get the best weapon in the game? You gotta go do these mini games.
A
Or
lot
like,
more stuff
What
was
minigame?
optional.
There were
what?
definitely a ton of mini games in the original, right?
Yeah, because you in the original, you could. I think you got Cloud's best sword from the Golden Saucer, and you had to like buy it with like points or something. So like, I'm okay with that. Like, but I felt punished, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I still haven't beat the game, but when I got to Costa del Sol, bro, I took a long ass break. I was like, there is no way they put me in this place. I don't give a fuck about none of these characters. I can't fight anything. I have to straight up just do mini games. That's what my next 3 hours looks like. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
I agree.
Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure you do not have to mini games in the original.
Well, probably not to continue through it, right?
You said what?
To not have to progress, right?
Oh no.
But I'm
Pretty
sure there's
you
still
had
bonus
to, you had
shit,
to
right?
find one of the mini secret bosses. The weapons, I believe.
Yeah, they lost the plot. Square Enix has officially lost the plot. They need some.
Officially? Oh,
I
really?
mean, hey, look, this is official as it get. They ain't making money off they fucking cash cows, so like it doesn't get more official than that. So I mean, shit, they need to hire some new talent, some new like mind or something, because whoever's in there right now, they are running
They
them
have
into the
people who
ground.
know what they're doing. They just don't allow them to do anything.
I don't know, man. I look at Final Fantasy 16 and I look at a game that could have been a lot more than it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we
they
didn't
That's
even
didn't
because
talk.
let the DMC
they didn't
dude
let that
cook.
man
They
cook that
watered
shit
it
level
down and it
cook.
just played like 14, except faster.
Basically, you literally doing rotations. Like
Yeah.
you get
Yeah,
you
you're too many
run
burst
All your
windows,
shit's
bro.
on cooldown. You
basic
swing for a little bit,
rotations.
wait for your shit to come off a cooldown, and you go. They didn't want the DMC man to cook too much because
Yeah,
they didn't
like
want the difficulty ceiling to be too high for new
hey,
And
people.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was cap, right? Until I played Dodge and realized people can't play video games, bro.
People were complaining
they
Viper was
swimming
too hard.
pools.
You serious?
Yeah, they
For
are.
those of
I
you
don't
who
know how
don't
to, I don't
know
know
how
how it
Viper
plays.
plays, it's damn near brain dead. Like let's be real with you.
You just gotta hit the buttons fast, bro. That's it.
The button literally
Exactly.
goes up and tells you where
The
to
shit
press it.
lights up. It lights up and it's color coded. Are you dumb?
You don't even
Hey,
gotta
yo.
play it optically, bro. You just gotta hit
You
the buttons fast.
People
Really,
be
that's
in
the end
there
of the
just
day.
hitting buttons.
Oh,
And they be
Oof.
having a good time. They usually at the bottom of the, what I'm saying, list, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Still doing something.
Hey, stop being toxic, Rodney.
I mean,
How am I
it don't
being
matter, bro.
look,
As long as
bro,
they ain't dead, it really doesn't
if
matter.
you hit
But
level 100 and you don't know how to play your character, shame on you.
Hey, bro,
Straight
they
up.
bought the character at level
yeah,
90. What do you
shame on
expect
Square
from
Enix. They
them?
You
bought
got
it.
10 levels to figure it out. What
That
you
ain't
Nah,
enough
bro,
mean?
I'm not
time,
looking at the
Rodney.
screen.
Weren't you at like
Do you know how long?
96
Do you
by
know
the
how
time
long
you
it
were
takes?
halfway through the story?
Do
I'm
you know how
I'm
long it
looking
takes you
at
to
my
level up from
fucking
90
other
to 100,
screen.
Denzel?
I remember Lerone being like 96 before he finished the fucking story. Like he was like halfway through or less than
I
halfway
mean, to be
through.
fair, it's like 3 dungeons in the entire main scenario.
Are you
That don't count.
serious?
It's like 4 or 5.
No, they
That's
had a lot. No. It
I'm
had.
talking about the main, like,
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to like the end
Yeah,
game stuff.
no. Because
It
you
was
got.
4.
I thought it was
It was
five.
4?
I believe it was 4.
Was there only 3?
No, there was more than three.
Because like I looked at it
There
and
were
then I
3
went back to see
trials.
what all of the other expansions had. Their uniform. It's the same amount each expansion. It's just I guess
Taste horrifically.
how much they were spaced out. It felt like an eternity in Dawn Trail.
Yeah, because I feel like we got to the one Shadowbringers like instantly.
Yeah, because the story happened a lot quicker. Shit was happening a lot quicker. You weren't doing fetch quests like 30 fetch quests in a row and then a dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like 2,
30.
No,
maybe
no,
3.
no.
You talk to some
No.
people.
Because you got one. Let me see. Now I'm curious now,
How are
right?
we back on 14, bro? This is great.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
All
We
I was going back here.
All I did
So we have one
public
at
service
91, right?
announcement for the people who are bad. Get good. Learn
So-
your character. Enjoy the game. Really.
Hey,
Yeah,
some
one
people
at
enjoy the games
91.
by being trash.
93,
Don't play a co-op game.
99,
You
What
making
the
everybody else
fuck?
suffer.
97.
How'd you skip from what?
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the different levels we actually have. Shit.
Oh, I'm like what?
No. You got you got one at every odd level between 90 to 100. And plus you got the actual story level 100.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's
Does
more
not
than
feel like
4.
that many.
That's because there's so much fucking padding in between
There's so
them.
much padding in between
Yeah, there's a
them.
lot of garbage. in
91,
there.
93, 5,
Crazy.
7, 99, and then 100. So there were 6. There were 6.
Oh, wait.
levels.
6 dungeons. Felt like
Before you
there
get to
was
the extra
3.
Hold on
Yeah.
a second. Dawn
On
Trail
top of that,
6.
last point of this, they need to get rid of the goddamn level limiting your fucking skills bullshit, because that literally makes
yeah.
that game terrible. Trying to go
Yeah.
back and not play
Yeah.
your character at the max level you've achieved is dog shit.
Yeah, they really just need to decrease the damage. Like it's just not even
Whatever.
fun at that point.
You need to let me do my fucking combos you made the class to do. It's not fun otherwise. Yeah. So fuck that. Final Fantasy 16 has the same technical issue as 7 Rebirth. Looks blurry as shit in the fuck performance mode, and the quality mode runs at 30. It literally made my PlayStation question its life choices and almost kill itself.
Sipped
Did
was
have
cool.
some cool
But
moments though.
there's some cool moments, but
Mhm.
there is so much squandered opportunity in that game.
I
We're not even
agree.
talking about the side quest pacing in that bitch. Whoever the fuck is dictating the pacing in these games needs to get a fucking course in how to pace anything.
I
Like,
heard
holy
fired on
shit.
your lips before you course corrected.
No, I mean, they don't need to be fired because at least they're making content, but like, Jesus, dude. 900 side quests before I go fucking save the planet that's about to be eviscerated? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Mhm. Just
Uh,
kinda.
yeah, and then, like, there's pretty much no exploration content at all. There's no, like, real side stuff that feels, like, that interesting in that game. Like, I don't know what it was, but you talk to people all the time, and the dialogue's fine, and the quest, like, lines are fine, but it's never interesting enough to be like, wow, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, I think it's like the biggest thing too is like the open world just feels kind of dead. It's just like monsters here and there scattered around. You're like, oh, what's up? Die, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I will say Final Fantasy 15 somehow felt like better in that regard. Like
What?
there was the
In what
hunting
regard?
thing.
Visual?
No,
Oh,
like in the open world, like going to just wander around and look for shit. Because like I feel like there's actual stuff in the environment sometimes. Not a lot, granted. This is like comparing pennies to quarters, but like in 16 has nothing. There's no reason to be out there unless it's just part of the
Hey,
story.
hey,
Like,
this is the first time I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna put some glaze on top of 15 for a second, bruh. At least I beat 15. I didn't have an
oof.
issue beating 15.
barely beat that
I
shit.
I enjoyed the majority of it. It was a simple
I
ass
hated
game,
15.
but like you beat that shit. I did almost all of the hunts. Like 16, I literally have not beaten because I just don't care that much. Like I don't know, man.
and there's zero strategy in the combat. All right.
I mean, never mind.
There, what?
Nothing.
What? What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say the same shit applies to 15 too.
Oh yeah, no,
It
I'm not.
does,
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying 15's combat is good. I'm just saying the open world part was better. The combat's even worse in 15, but the combat in 16 is not good either. Like you have cool moves that you can do, and you can dodge without holding a button down the whole time. Um, but like there's no Final Fantasy going on. There's no I need to do this damage to this guy or I need to target this part of this dude. It's like, no, just do your fucking damage rotation and don't get hit. Every fight is
Yeah.
that.
Final Fantasy needs to stay in some kind of capacity of turn based. They need to chill out. They've been
Not
trying to
even turn
appease.
based. You need to have like elemental properties. You need to have some reason to use different things.
That's
Not
true.
having any
Very true.
companions is crazy in a Final Fantasy game. Especially when you don't have like you don't. I feel like Clive does not have the breadth of moves necessary to facilitate him being a solo character. He gets to equip like what 4 shits,
Yeah.
Is it 4 or
4
Each,
moves,
3?
each directional.
4,
Well,
Is it
he has
and
four?
like
three
a defensive
transformations,
option
like 3
or
different
something.
elementals, right? And then like each of those
Yeah,
gets 2 moves, so 6 moves in total.
Yeah.
yeah. He has 6 moves
Imagine playing Devil May Cry
with
with
6
that.
moves.
Yeah. That's
Huh?
wild. Truly wild.
What are we doing here? They're cool,
Nothing
but they're not.
apparently. That's why the game's not selling. Like fuck.
I think also the story is other reason. The story is interesting at a glance, but the more you play it, the more it's just kind of depressing and pointless.
I mean, I feel like it
Um,
started off pretty strong. I'll
it
It
say
starts
that.
off
did,
really strong, and
but
then
they
it
went
just
full Final
flounders.
Fantasy and they just dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Like
it
damn.
flounders hard as shit in the end. Like the most interesting antagonist is reduced to a fucking nothing puppet, and the least interesting part of the game is the most important part of the game. Like
Yeah.
insane.
I
You need
also
to look
think
at that.
we really need to start cutting down on the hours of these games, bro. Like make the
Oh, yeah,
shit
this
like
game should be like
30.
40 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it's
30 to 40 hours
I'm
max.
I don't know if it's cuz I'm old now, but if you make a game over 30 to 40 hours, that shit better be immaculate. That better be the best game I've ever played in my life. If you really think I'm finna sit here for 60, 70, 80 hours, you have to have good content to keep me there. Because If you don't, I'm just gonna fucking not play the
Yeah,
game.
I think that's the problem, right? Is these games are more concerned with fulfilling quotas and engagement levels than actually keeping you engaged. Like if you look at Mass Effect 1 can get every piece of its significant story content beat in like 10 hours, the first one. Less.
Hmm.
You can just beeline through that game, get all the juice right
Yeah,
out the
you
way.
can.
Mass Effect 2 is what? Like a 30 to 40 hour game? There's
Yeah.
non-stop quality content the whole way through. Uh,
I love that
Even less
game.
if you just don't talk to people. And in Mass Effect 3, like, what's the most menial thing you do? Drive your ship around and scan a planet a couple times?
Yep.
And it's like a 30 to 40 hour experience again, which is a bunch of cool shit happening. Alright? Like, I think that pacing serves those games extremely well, and is why remember them more fondly than something like I'll Ever 16. Like, I just remember spending so much dead time doing nothing. Like, it's just pointless.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people are subscribing to what I used to in terms of like, oh, I want more hours if I'm spending $70, or I want more hours of gameplay if I'm spending 60. But it's like it's not worth it if the game is just trash. If
Yeah.
you're giving
Like,
me
are you
30
actually
hours of
gonna play
trash,
those
like
extra
what's the
if it's
point?
Yeah.
garbage?
This is why I think Resident Evil continues to sell well, even though I do think these games are getting worse as time goes on. Like, I think Resident Evil 8 is like a mediocre as fuck game, but it doesn't waste your fucking time. Right? You get right
Yeah,
through that
you're
shit.
getting
Like 8 hours, you're
really
done. It's
straight
just
into the fucking
everything, all the
action.
content is right there. We're just in here. We're doing stuff. All right? Like, there's no time waste. Classic Resident Evil 4, I mean, the new Resident Evil 4 doesn't have this problem either, but classic Resident Evil 4's pacing is fucking 10 out of 10 gold mine. Like, every fucking section is something new and interesting in some way. Like, new enemy type, new guns, new location, new moves, fucking new environmental interaction. Something new is happening, keeping your interest. And that's like more of a PS2 era, I want to say like arcadey development feature that's kind of like going the way of the dinosaur as people just try to dump garbage into the game to fill for time.
Yeah, we need to start a movement. Don't pad my games. don't
The hashtag
don't.
stop the pad.
Yeah. Oh no.
That's a
Oh,
crazy.
reword that.
Put that one back at the shop real quickly, dog.
That's the title of the podcast. That was awesome. Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh
Stop
my
the pad is
god!
hilarious.
Keep your pads away from my games.
Damn.
Yo, no.
Oh no.
I'm getting canceled. It's over with. I'll see you guys on the other side. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's fucked up. But some games can do it, right? Like, I don't know, a lot of people did not like the MMOification of Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, that's what they called it. And I think there was some fetch quests in that game, right?
I didn't beat it. I barely played that one. So.
Did you play the beginning at all? Like, that's where everyone gets
I did
stuck.
play the beginning. Yeah,
That's what
I was in
Rodney
there
gets
till
stuck
once.
to me.
That's where I got stuck, but
Oh no.
I never
you-
thought I never played that game and was like, wow, I'm wasting my time. I don't remember ever being on a fetch quest in that game. I specifically going
Oh,
through
yeah, I
a
don't
map.
remember that.
The map was big, but then I would go find shit. Like I remember going to the hinterlands, finding a broken castle, and there's like a fucking group of cultists in there summoning a demon or some
What
shit.
the fuck?
And yeah, and you could like, read notes, and there was some crazy shit happening, and that's like a side quest you can go back and talk to somebody about back at your like hometown. Like there was tons of shit like that. I remember. I didn't think that was
Yo, you know what I
bad.
think it is too, though? I hate when games lock your progression until you do a certain thing or talk to a certain person.
They did do that.
So, no, I mean, but look. So, if I'm adventuring, right, and I find some shit naturally, like, you stop me from being able to
Oh,
get
okay.
the item and turning it in for their quest because I haven't talked to them yet. But if I just randomly run into the stuff and do the quest and then go talk to you, and you're like, oh, I needed this, and I have it already, you shouldn't stop that. I feel like a lot of games don't let you do that anymore. Like you have to.
I think it depends.
They have
for
like
sure.
checkpoints. Like you have to do point A to get to point B. You can't like randomly miss
Can't
point
skip
A
to
and
point
still
B.
yeah.
For sure, I hate that. I don't think Inquisition had that. I think Inquisition had like straight up you need to do a certain amount of side content to unlock the next story mission. Though you have to like build up your Inquisition power or something like that.
That makes sense.
Which one, yeah, I thought made sense. Two, I don't remember ever being like, oh, I have to go do fucking Costa del Sol mini games to go fucking
Oh my
upgrade my Inquisition
god.
power. Like that never happened. You went and go did missions and
I spent
stuff
40
happened.
hours in the hinterlands and did not care.
Yeah, like it never even occurred to me that I don't have to be here anymore. Right?
That's
That was
called a
never even a
good
thing.
gameplay loop.
That game was like
just,
100 hours long.
I mean, if it doesn't feel like this is, I mean, it all comes back to like how I look at movies, right? If I'm in the movies and I feel like I've been there for a long time, the movie's probably not too good.
Exactly.
Because like great movies, you could be 3 hours in and you're like, damn, that shit went by fast as hell.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with games.
Here's a question. You played Redemption 2, right?
Yes, sir.
You're the only one here who has. Is that correct?
What the fuck?
Rodney in the road. I don't think you have.
No.
I played the
Let's play the
online.
Hey,
multiplayer.
yo!
Yeah.
What the fuck going
I mean,
on?
yeah, okay. We'll get into what the fuck y'all doing later, but so I think that game is probably one of the best games I have ever played. It's probably number
Facts.
2 or number 3. It's definitely in top 5. I do think that game's epilogue drags the fuck on. Right?
Hmm.
Like, by the time you're building the fucking house with what's his name, I'm like, I do not need to be doing this, bro. This is fucking stupid.
I would agree on that part.
Alright? But I don't think that ruins that whole game. But definitely, I remember that specifically being like, why am I still doing this? Like, why am I still playing? Where the fuck are my
See,
credits? Like, they just
I-
kept going.
I feel you on that, but I feel like you really only feel that way, or you only get that feeling while you're playing the game because you already know that the story is over. Like the main character is literally deceased, so it's like you're doing stuff that you're just like, I don't care about this because the character I just spent possibly 100 hours with is dead. I just want to wrap up the story.
I guess, but if there was more interesting stuff happening, I don't think so. Like, of course, they had the problem of having to go into the sequel, and they couldn't really do all that much interesting stuff. But I just feel like that there was unnecessary things. Building that house was not necessary. It did not need to be in the game.
For sure not. I feel like that was all just storytelling at that point. They were just trying
That
to
was just
establish.
LOL. So like that was just goofy shit.
But
There's a couple
at
things like that.
at any other point in that game, did you ever feel like you were just wasting time, or did the world just feel alive and it was always
The whole
something
shit was
new
crazy, bro.
happening?
I was getting mugged on every bridge I turned across. This shit was nuts. I was camped in the middle of the forest, and then I would come out of the loading screen of resting, and I'd have a gun to the back of my head, and the hillbillies fucking have eyes and shit would be like, I ain't seen you in these parts, boy. And then fucking Morgan would be like, okay, motherfucker. And then I'd dead eye covered.
No, I'll
There
never
is so much stuff in that game.
Yo,
It's so awesome.
Yo, I'll never forget when you're passing and the guy like trying to fix his horse. The horse just kicks him in the
it just
face and kills him.
Shit.
I was like, yo.
Some people die from that shit, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that
Wild.
game. So I don't know what the fuck you two were doing. You need to play
Yeah,
that shit. That
I
game.
was playing
I'm pretty sure like 6
Mega
games
Man
came out in
11,
the span of,
thank
like,
you.
2 weeks.
I'm not
and
playing Mega Man 11.
I got lost in all of that.
I ain't gonna lie, I damn near play that game again. It was so good. I hate playing games again.
Yeah, Oh, again, Lerone, you want good writing? Go play that.
Yeah, that shit was amazing. I remember I hated it at first too because it was too realistic. They was like, yeah, we want you to go pick up every individual bottle off of this cart because that's how you're gonna fill your inventory. I was like, what the fuck? Like, and then it just became so normal. I got used to it. I was like, damn, I feel like I'm really immersed.
Yeah, I never felt like, damn, I want to clean my gun, bro. Because it
Bro.
looks cool when he fucking busts it out and starts scrubbing it off.
Bro, talking about, yeah, that shit gonna misfire if you don't clean it, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
fuck.
holy shit, I just had a blank. What the fuck?
Oh my god, that game is ahead of its time.
It's
What the fuck?
incredible, bro. It made all
Yo,
those features. It made them like relevant but
yo,
not annoying. It
wait
was
a
perfectly
second.
balanced.
Wait a second. How I gotta check. I gotta check this. Yeah, we can move on. I gotta check and see how much that game costs to make.
A lot, I'm sure.
Wow.
Not as much as the next game on our list though. Concord allegedly cost Sony $400 million and was meant to be PlayStation Star Wars, according to industry insider known.
Oh,
Uh,
violated everyone's eardrum.
yeah.
That's crazy.
There's no way. No, bro, ain't no
Oh,
way.
This
sorry, the
man
cost
literally exercising demons
the
out of his
cost
mouth. It's
was so vile. It made me want to puke. I couldn't control myself.
Oh my god. Oh no.
that boy has some force behind it.
Yeah. What would you find out, Denzel?
So Concord cost $400 million to make. And I also want to say that doesn't count how much Sony paid for the studio.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
say. Yeah, they bought the studio and then they dumped even more money into it.
Yes,
'cause
so
they
it's
realized that it was in
400
such a
million
poor condition.
plus.
Like,
400
what was it?
million
I think it was.
plus.
Did they say 18 months ago? About 18 months ago, it was in a condition that was.
All right, so here's the story. Concord's taken offline after 2 weeks. This is from Colin Moriarty, who is a OG IGN reporter from back in the day when they actually had real reporters.
Mhm.
And he doesn't work for them obviously anymore, but he like does his own thing. And this was on one of his, I guess, podcast videos or something.
He got connects.
Basically, he got connection. He said he spoke extensively with someone who worked on Concord, and this was the breakdown. He said the game cost a total of $400 million to make, with $200 million of that amounting to development costs before PlayStation bought out Firewalk Studios, who are the developers, and another $200 million spent by Sony after. He claimed he had a long conversation with them, given a ton of information. It was eternally inferred to as the future of PlayStation with Star Wars-like potential and a dev culture of toxic positivity that halted any negative feedback of ever coming out. In the first quarter of 2023, it entered its alpha state. This is before Sony purchased them. To get it to alpha, they had to spend another $200 million, according to the source. It was in laughable shape when it was shown, when the alpha was ready to go. It was in such horrible shape that they felt like they needed to spend that much money again to get the game to viability. A large portion of it being outsourced to other studios because they need to get rushed out the door. They need to, substitute quality for quantity. And no one ever gave negative feedback.
Toxic
According to the
positivity, huh?
Toxic positivity is what they referred to it as.
Never heard of that before. This
I
instance.
I have to.
You see it a
Before you
lot.
heard about it
You
in
see it a lot.
Concord?
No. Yeah, you see a lot about it in what I like to call the tribalism niggers. You know, the people that like to be like defending shit just because they support it, like turn a blind eye to all the faults. Perfect example. Let's go back to this game again. Final Fantasy 14.
Oh my god.
The breeding ground of that shit. That's the breeding ground toxic positivity right there, big dog.
God
Toxic
damn.
positivity.
So, before we get back to talking about how terrible of a job they did with Concord and how much of a waste of money it was, I just want y'all to know that Red Dead Redemption 2, which is an infinitely better game than Concord will ever even had a chance of being, right? Took between 370 million and 540 million.
Holy shit.
They had the development budget was 170 million, between 170 and 240, and they spent another 200 to 300 million on marketing. So realistically, we're not even like they said it was it 400 for just for the development costs. Where the marketing budget said? Like I don't know if he got into that.
Breakdown, yeah.
Yeah, but either way, right? That game, Concord, literally in development cost just as much, if not more, and maybe even significantly more than Red Dead Redemption 2. Insanity. Actually, that's insane. Like I was thinking about this earlier. I don't even feel like it's possible that all that money went into that game. I feel like somebody's embezzling money. I feel like this is going to be a
Absolutely.
scandal. There has to be
Absolutely.
embezzlement going on. There's no way. There's literally no way. I remember seeing that Last of Us 2 was like less than 300 million, I think, for development. Last of
I
Us
think
2
it
is
was
one of the
around 300 million.
yeah, like The Last of Us 2 has one of the best gameplay systems I've ever seen. Period. How the fuck is
How does
Concord?
that cost that much money? Who the fuck is getting paid that? Where is that money going?
The Zax.
Who's getting paid, Peleron?
Like,
The Zaxxos.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
bruh, has to
how
be.
many game? I mean, I don't know. I guess you need a lot of motherfuckers, but like, it can't be that many. Like, how much could they really be being paid each? Let's say every gameplay designer and dev is getting paid like 100K.
No, ain't
And there's,
no
like-
way they were getting paid that
How
much.
many people were on
Yeah,
the
there's
studio?
no
Wasn't it like
way, right?
150 or
Weren't
something?
they saying that like pretty much? I think the team was it 150?
I remember hearing something like that. I'm looking it up right now.
Thing is, like, all right, around 50 people is around what? I think they said a million every so many months or something like that, just to keep it running, and that's like 50 people. Now triple it.
Okay, that's
At
a
least
million.
150. At least 150 staff members.
Doesn't help that the head of that studio stepped down.
I mean, it does
I
help.
would-
I mean, they're
I
paying
would
less.
Step
But...
down too.
I mean, well,
All
damage
right, so
is done.
150 times let's say $100,000 each, but there's no way they're all getting paid $100,000 a year for every staff member.
That's 15
That's
million
like
a year.
$15 million a year.
Times 8,
This game costs
120 million.
times 8. That's 120 million.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of this money go?
Is that including the head of that too, or just devs?
That was just that. I mean, because we don't know how much they're like the execs are making by themselves. I mean, if your devs are making, because realistically, we're being generous saying that every dev is making 100K. Because I don't think every dev is making 100K.
I'm saying every employee is making 100K. This is extremely generous. This is outlandishly generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the execs
Like
are
50 to
probably
70,
making.
right?
Probably
Yeah, more than
inclined to that.
likely, especially starting off, they're probably making
Yeah,
like
starting
65.
off, there's other
if
people
that.
who work there that aren't just game designers and shit that make less. Right? Like, there's got to be a fucking intern somewhere doing something. There's got to be a fucking person at a desk, as a receptionist. There's got to be a janitor, right? I don't
I
know.
feel
I
you,
mean,
but it's like that's when it gets crazy, right? Because even being generous, right, at $120 million for 8 years of development, even if you double it and you get up to 240 million, how
Where does
the
this money go?
fuck did we get to 400 million?
Where is the money going?
There's no way. Somebody is fucking lying. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's money going somewhere, bro. I mean,
somebody
I guess
bought a brand new fucking Maybach.
what is
Ghost,
what is
whatever.
the cost? What is the place that they are working in cost? I guess is where it's all going, right?
I mean, even if you consider that,
it should
Yeah,
be
I mean,
like
because you have to think about
upkeep and all
COVID
that.
too, right?
Yeah, like you have to have I'm assuming they have a facility to work in. They have like a warehouse or something that's all
Yeah.
stocked up and built out. That ain't $300 million, bro. I don't
I
know.
thought a lot of devs work from home now.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of devs
probably.
do, like because of COVID, like they started doing that. But that's the thing. Even if we add another like $50
Like,
million,
$300 million.
like it's just like how did we get to four? Even if you get to $300 million with all of the extra costs, the game had no marketing. They didn't fucking spend any money on
They
marketing.
had marketing.
It did.
You saw marketing for that game?
Yeah, there was
Where?
the big CG trailer at the Sony State of Play.
they spent $100 million on a CG trailer.
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe.
I mean,
man.
like I believe you and me, if we were talking about this, I think it was last night. That that show, like they had a bunch of stuff
Oh
lined
yeah,
up and ready to go for
they
Concord.
had a whole show being
Like they
developed by
had
a
a
whole
whole
other
episode,
studio.
that you know that show on
They're still
Amazon
airing that, by
Prime.
the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still
that show
getting
on
aired.
Amazon Prime, like they were expecting Concord to launch, like they said, Star Wars level. You know what I'm saying? Like memorabilia,
How?
merch, movies, all types. Like they were
Shit
ready
looks
to.
so ass though.
I
It
don't
don't
see
matter.
how they thought that
Someone
based on the
thought.
characters. I just don't.
Someone
get
was
Hey.
it.
smelling they farts, bro. That shit was crazy.
Somebody,
definitely
it was a
eating 'em.
lot of brown noses in
There's
that
a lot
motherfucker.
of fart smelling,
I
and
mean, but
man.
let's be real. It's a
somebody's
lot
getting
of
paid
people in
way
high
too much
places.
money.
A lot of people in high places pushing
And the
a lot
bigger
of bad
problem
games.
here is, I'm sure they'll do it internally, but I don't like. I think it would be very good for this industry to get an actual financial breakdown of what the fuck happened to this money. Like, it'll never happen
No,
legally.
it's gonna happen. Sony gonna have somebody
yeah.
looking into this because
Yeah,
they lost
somebody's
too
gonna.
much money.
Yeah,
on
they're
this.
gonna do it.
This
for
is
sure,
Sony's
but I would
biggest
love
failure.
if somebody in some type of position could wink, wink, nudge, nudge, accidentally leak some documents onto the internet and just show some positions with payments with
How
financial
do
It's all going to
breakdowns.
CEOs.
I mean, whatever it
You,
is, you need to look at that, and that is your problem.
Y'all
Like,
know-
it's not hard to track down. There are going to be names next to receipts, and there's your problems. Like, it's real simple.
y'all know how much money Concord brought in?
$17.
None, technically, right?
120 grand or
Because they gave
something.
refunds.
They made $1 million and then they gave out refunds.
Then they had to give it right back. It was a full $400 loss, $400 million loss.
full,
Damn.
bruh.
Like they didn't make no profit from it. There was no profit.
Like honestly, I gotta check something real quick, but yeah.
This is mind-boggling.
It's so weird, bro.
Sony execs sitting in that room, boy, sweating.
Yeah, I'd walk into the boardroom with a gun loaded. Like, that's what it would be.
Hey, yo,
It's
yo.
alright. We gotta start subtracting. Who's first?
I didn't say that. I just said the gun will be in the hand and not going to be loaded, but it is going to go on the table. And that's where we're going to start the conversation.
She's like,
right?
so, if something don't happen, if somebody don't find me, what happened? I'm gonna load
Yeah.
this motherfucker, bro.
Or crash out.
Like, this shit's fucked up. Somebody is lying out their ass.
Like, you don't lose 400 million and they turn a die. Someone getting got.
Hey, alright, so I had to look this up because I think this might actually end up being the worst gaming phenomenon in history, right? I think it's worse than ET for sure. Like, I remember we talked about ET last time. ET at least sold 2.6 million copies.
Oh, I mean, financially, yeah, this is probably the biggest one, but what ET did to the industry by failing is
yeah.
significantly more important.
Hey, look. I feel
It
you.
almost brought it to his knees.
But this is not a minor thing for Sony right now.
Oh, of course not.
Like this is gonna change Sony.
This is one of Sony's biggest
majorly.
losses, period.
Ever.
Is it not his biggest?
It probably is his biggest. Like it very
I mean,
well
look,
might be.
too soon to tell. Somebody could fuck up again.
It's his biggest so
Like-
far, right?
This is biggest so
They
far.
got more
yes.
of these coming in the works, by the way.
I'm
They
saying,
got
like,
more
they
of
got
them.
a lot of
There's
stuff.
generic
I don't
got a
think
lot of stuff in
anything
the
could be
chamber.
worse than this. I think
No,
that
you
this.
that.
gotta understand. This shit was 8 years in development, bro. You know how much shit they started and just couldn't stop because it got too deep into development. So we
Yeah.
haven't seen yet.
You know
Some
what they
costs.
canceled? They canceled for the fuck. They apparently they were gonna do an Infamous and a
Infamous
prototype
prototype,
crossover, and they canceled it for Concord.
Yeah.
Like they're literally
Alright,
taking
so
the games.
all
that
you
people
have
want.
to do is find the guy's name who decided that, and there you go.
There you go.
I mean, there you go. There you go.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Just find
that
his
boy
name.
saw the hero shooter trend. He was like, "We got it." 8 years later,
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, we do not got
8
it."
years
Man,
later is
I guarantee
crazy.
you, whoever made that decision didn't work there the year after he made that decision. Because that's how that culture works in the business. Like, you make decisions and you leave. You start projects and you leave before they ever even get to the incubation.
How much you want to bet that man's still there?
I don't think he is. I
If
bet he's
he is
working
there,
in like
he's
some other
probably in a
bullshit big
higher position
CFO
somewhere.
fucking position somewhere.
definitely curious to see where this where this man is.
That's what I'm saying. We need financial documentation and receipts. I just want to see the receipts, bro. Give me the names. Give me the receipts. That's all you need to do. People need to have responsibility for their fucking actions and need to stop just getting away with bullshit under fucking bullshit corporate conglomerates. Like, oh, Sony did this. I'm really fucking sick of seeing that. Like, Sony is a fucking fake name for a company full of fucking people, right? Who the fuck did it? Somebody did it.
That was answer
Yo,
thing, dog.
you know what's crazier to me too? This has come from the same motherfuckers that looked at the multiplayer for Last of Us 2, said that ain't it, Chief. But we laid Concord it out. Who the
They
fuck?
could have
Who
gave.
the fuck?
I know Naughty Dog didn't want to like divert their whole studio to a multiplayer only game. They could have gave this faction's multiplayer to this studio and been like, bro, just work off what you got and add some bullshit. And that shit could have came out in 1 year, cost almost no money because it's all gonna be a bunch of reused assets, upscaled and stuff, or maybe some new ones, whatever. Like, it's going to cost not $400 million, and it's probably going to make profit because it's in an established franchise. It's a fucking thing people want, and it's got the multiplayer that people like.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes too much sense, Infamous. It makes too much
that
sense.
makes too much sense to actually happen. Right?
It makes
That's
too
crazy.
much sense.
We're going to make this fucking fruitcake flamboyant-ass first-person shooter,
Hey, yo!
like...
Everybody got pronouns.
I mean, whatever. It is flamboyant, right? It's really loud.
They gave the
like,
trash compactor pronoun.
Yeah.
I
Like,
didn't know that
it's
robots
very
had
loud
genders, but
about
you know,
how it wants to be looked at.
Everything's got genders, according to some people.
And
talking about
everyone
that.
just put their hands over their fucking ears when it started screaming. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, we can't have the fucking Last of Us multiplayer. Go fuck ourselves.
Stuff that makes sense. Like I was telling this to Laurel, like we've reached a point in time where companies no longer want to make money.
They don't.
At least Western companies don't want to make.
I'm convinced we took
They
a
know
wrong
exactly
turn
what they
somewhere.
I need y'all to get that
Sony
dollar.
is an Eastern company, though. Here's the
Yeah,
problem.
but didn't they just close
Yeah.
their Japanese branch?
Yeah, they move in California, bro.
Not
Yeah,
the
they're fucking
main branch. They closed their Sony Japan game development studio.
Don't
which
know
is-
why.
We spent $400 million on Concord.
And
That
we the
studio
ones
isn't
that get
shut
let
down
off.
yet. That shit ain't shut down yet. Sony Japan, responsible for making Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, helping with Bloodborne, a bunch of other shit. Fucking, I
Wow.
don't remember off the top of my head. A bunch of huge, like, first-party IPs. Fuck out of here.
This is the day and age where if you do a good job, you get fired, and if you don't do a good job,
Because we don't have the
you
receipts.
get fired.
Just leak them receipts, bro. Put the names to the decisions and watch the fucking magic happen. It's so easy. Just do it.
But let's be,
Nah, this is out of pocket.
it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the Eastern Empire, though.
Talking about the Eastern Empire. Shut up, Laura.
No,
the House of the Rising Sun has had enough of your bullshit.
Let's
But
talk
more
about this, though.
importantly, Nintendo has had enough of your
Yeah,
bullshit.
there you go.
Nintendo has officially filed its lawsuit against Palworld developers. They are coming for that Pokemon dough, and they said your time is now.
You know what the greatest part about
What are they
this fucking
suing
law?
them for
Wait, that's the
again?
thing. For infringing on a patent. But here's the thing, Rodney. They ain't suing over the lightness of the Pokemon. They suing over the Pokeball mechanic that they patented a year ago after Palworld already dropped.
Wild. And it's
They
going through the
made
court.
it up just so they can sue after the fact, bro. That's a little scumbag Nintendo
Yeah.
shit.
Hey,
No,
let's
they're
be real.
actual scumbags.
Nintendo does not.
They don't play, bro. They are wild for that.
I'm really
Right.
trying
To
to
be
see how this
fair.
lawsuit goes, honestly.
To be fair, Nintendo has a very strong legal team that is feared in the Japanese gaming community.
Well, they fear it worldwide.
They are feared
And you
worldwide.
get a cease and desist from Nintendo, you stop. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna keep going.
They have a very, good track
Didn't that
record.
dude Bowser wind up in prison?
Did he?
His name was
Who?
Bowser. Yes, he got sent to jail because he was I forgot what he was
No
doing.
way. There's no
Is he
way.
not the president anymore?
No, different dude. Different dude.
Oh,
But there was a dude whose last name just happened to be Bowser, which but he was doing stuff that was highly frowned upon by Nintendo, and they told him to stop. He didn't. They took him to court. He lost, and I'm pretty sure he's spending some time.
in prison, huh? That's crazy. I know they have the money to defend themselves. This company. I don't know who's
Oh,
in the
yeah.
right. I'm sure you could argue it both ways. It's pretty
Oh, okay.
fucking scummy though. Either
He
way.
did spend a bit of time in prison, but they let him out. But he still has to pay 10 million to Nintendo.
Just kill that man. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Nah. Yeah,
Oh, Canadian
I
dude, huh?
ain't gonna lie. People need to start looking down on Nintendo after this one. This is
Civil
actually
lawsuit.
insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they are probably gonna win because I don't think Nintendo, takes shots without knowing they're gonna win.
Oh, but he was hacking their shit though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was hacking
he
this
was
shit.
Oh,
doing
then
But
yeah,
his
no,
last
that
name
was
was just
on him.
Bowser.
I thought he was happy to be doing like criminal activity with his name
Yeah,
being
he
Bowser.
was doing some bad stuff, and Nintendo
Yeah,
caught
they
him.
they
was
told
like,
that man he had to pay
That's
$14 million, I think.
Yeah, he does. He probably won't have to pay the 4, but he'll still have to pay the 10.
That's
Well,
crazy.
But
God
no,
bless
that's-
them.
Hey, look, I'm really rooting against Nintendo on this one though, because honestly, what they're doing is not just scummy.
Honestly,
It's
it depends.
actually-
Where's the trial being held? Like, is it
I have no
in
idea.
It's in Japan.
Oh
or-
yeah,
It's
to
in
be.
Japan.
It's two Japanese companies.
Well,
Okay.
I don't
didn't know
think they're a
that,
Japanese
The
company.
company that made Power was Japanese.
Yeah, Power is Japan.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why do you think it was good?
That's crazy.
This man.
Crazy.
I walk into the row house. I just see a Japanese flag on his wall.
Yeah, right.
He's a sleeper agent.
See,
It is based in Shinagawa, Tokyo.
oh yeah. Oh, so it's a rip.
So yeah,
I was thinking
that's
like maybe
pretty
if it was
fucked.
across some borders, maybe. No, if it's in Japan, they probably could.
I mean, did you guys
Probably
see
cool.
what they're actually saying? Like they infringed on the patents with?
Yeah, they infringed on the Pokeball mechanic.
Yeah, they're saying like, yeah, you can't. No, they also said that you can't have a mount. They were like, oh, if you get onto something that allows you to move around on top of that thing, and then that thing looks different when it's walking around versus flying through the sky, that's our
All right, do we
patent.
see the problem here? Like, can we all just see the problem right off the bat? Like, even before talking about Nintendo anymore? How are you patenting game mechanics? How is
Exactly,
this?
that's the issue.
I mean, they've been doing that ever since the Nemesis system, or they've been doing it for a long time. But like, they've been doing
for a
it
long time.
like the Nemesis
second
system
you
was the other
patent
big
game
one.
mechanics is just halting innovation.
How has this not been like reviewed by some type of court system? To like, that's not fair.
Because the
That's like
game
patenting
industry has so much
ingredients.
money.
Like, you
Well, I
I
can't
mean,
use
they do
sugar.
patent ingredients.
Do they, or do they patent?
Yeah, the herb spices for KFC. Ain't that
Mhm.
patented? Is that recipe
that's-
secret for a
But that's
reason?
That's a recipe.
though.
I mean,
It's not the same.
That's ingredients. Are you talking about like a specific ingredient?
I'm talking about a specific ingredient, bro. You cannot use
That's like
sugar
banning
and your
salt.
fucking
Okay,
shit,
like
bro.
you talking about okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
curious.
You cannot put salt in your pot when you boil water. Excuse me.
No,
What do you
no
mean?
cap. They're basically doing the equivalent of GTA, like Rockstar being like, yeah, we patented the ability
Stealing
to
cars.
open a stealing a car. If
Okay,
you
yeah,
open the car door and throw somebody out and get in, we patent that. You can't do that in your game. Like, what? What are we talking about? Like, what the fuck is really going on?
Like, we need names. We need
Monopolies.
we need receipts. We need responsibility to be taken.
Responsibility will never be
It
taken.
will never be taken until someone makes them take it. See, this is the problem.
Okay, Punisher, get to it.
I didn't say me. I don't have the power. There are people who do. There are legal teams, and there's somebody who gives a fuck somewhere, bro. That could
Pretty
do
sure
it,
they're far too afraid.
bro.
I mean, I think they're gonna
real,
fight
bro.
it. I think they gotta fight it.
Do
Oh,
it.
I'm sure
Do
they
it.
will fight it. The question is, will they succeed?
No, they're gonna get their asses beat. It's not even fair.
Yeah,
But
it's Japan.
It's not a fair
Their
fight.
court
It's definitely
system is
punching
wild.
yeah, like,
Crazy.
but like no one's gonna. This division will let that shit slide. Like you're gonna forget about it in a week, and that's it. How about we don't? How about Nintendo goes out of business for it? I know that'll never happen, but that's the only way this shit will ever change. Like there's no repercussions for fucking actions that are abominable and disrespectful, and that's why we are where we are.
down. I'd
True.
agree.
I mean,
I couldn't have said it better myself.
you live in a current time where the perpetrators have more protection than the victims. What do
Yeah.
you expect?
Yeah, 500 bottles of lube, big dog.
Oh,
No.
no.
It's a
Hey,
even
wait,
t-
so wait, here, so why might make me go missing? So just so you know, I did not kill myself. I am
I am
I
not
am of sound
suicidal.
mind and
all I'm
body.
saying is this, all right? Halloween, a certain diddler we all know dressed up as a Joker and was wilding out, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he got cease and desist for that by Warner Brothers.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, getting a cease and desist or something like that from
in
a
a Halloween
company.
costume.
No, but a year before all the shit blew up for Diddy. This was last year.
Oh,
I mean, people may have known this shit was popping off beforehand. You know, I'm just saying, it's kind of wild. You gonna give a cease and desist to a dude in a Halloween costume, and then the next year he does a wild ass international, just super villain shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It threw that man into
I
awesome,
mean,
bro.
let's be real. Somebody at Warner Brothers, Loki was probably partying with him.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
100%.
either way, that is insane. A cease and
wild,
desist for a
right?
Halloween costume is actually just the court system is getting to the point where it's just a little bit out of hand. Like that
little
doesn't
bit?
A
make
little
sense.
bit.
Hey, look, I'm trying to be modest here. All
You
right.
try not to go missing. 'cause
Why?
they get
Why
touched.
be modest, bro? Go hard. This is what you do for a living, bro. You get loud, bro.
Bro, you say I'm in a relationship. I'm trying to be some see the ball, get my dog with me, bro. They gonna drive with me.
You afraid to lose, and that's your fucking problem, bro. We need motherfuckers not afraid to
We
lose.
need somebody who's willing to lose everything. It's not gonna be me.
It's not gonna be me.
Exactly. They gotta already have lost, bro. They gotta be in that position of
Hey,
L.
Denzel, time for your come up story, big dog.
Nah,
Tell
bro,
me your
they gonna
origin
leave
story.
me,
Let's
G.
get it.
Oh,
You gotta be
shit.
down, bro. If the dog go down, you gotta take it. That's
You gotta
it.
go.
That's
I
crazy.
need guns. Lots of guns.
Guns for sure.
I'm saying, are you thinking you're back?
Always knew you was a real man, Denzel. Go get it.
From Papa Yaga.
Oh man. No, the gaming industry, I don't know. Maybe Anonymous needs to step in and actually start doing some shit to
Oh,
help
fuck
out.
all these fucking hacker people, bro. If
Man,
anybody,
whatever happened to
would
Lizard
have-
Squad, bro?
Where the Lizard Squad
They
at, bro?
dead, bruh. They got put in jail or on 6 feet under.
That's crazy. We need more illicit hackers to save the day, bro.
Yeah, no, we actually need hackers to act like the modern day Robin Hood and start like, just tell us what happened to that 400 million. Fuck it.
Yeah, you always gotta steal it and give it back, bro. Just what happened?
Yeah, what happened to that 400 million? Who lying, bro?
I don't even want to know. I don't even. I just want to know what happened. Who took it?
Where's the
What they
journalism
doing?
at, bro? Throw it on the table.
Journalism,
Yeah,
bro.
nah.
All the journalists had the same idea.
All the journalists got bought out. Like, there's no
Yep.
real gaming journalists anymore. Like,
And the smart ones are dipping.
the smart ones are independent.
Nah, most of them don't even do journalism anymore.
Journalism anymore.
I mean, they don't do investigative journalism. They'll do the bullshit journalism.
Do access
Oh,
journalism.
Yeah, they'll do access journal. We'll talk about how successful these guys are, but we'll never talk about why that company just took the fattest L in literal history.
So far,
So far.
So far.
Insane.
extremely wild.
Good lord.
Also extremely wild. Have you ever heard of a little dev studio known as Annapurna Interactive?
Nope.
Oh yeah, they all quit, didn't they? All the devs.
Oh,
quit.
wait. Is that the
Huh?
one that made. Is it Stray? Did they make Stray?
Yeah, they made the cat game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made the cat game.
Yeah, they made Stray.
Yeah. They all walked out the door in a group resignation. This is coming from an article on IGN. But of course, some of the circumstances around the departure emerged in the reporting. One pressing question was left unanswered. Why? I'm sure this article will not answer that. But let's see. I think it has something to do with a deal they took with another group of studios.
Yeah. I think they wanted to more or less keep their autonomy to make the stuff that they wanted, right?
Yeah, it says that they wanted to keep their autonomy. They've had some struggle. Apparently, had a film side, and that side was bleeding money,
Oh yeah.
and they were teetering on bankruptcy in like 2019.
Did the
And
cat
person
game save
responsible
them?
for that. It's funny. We actually have a name here.
Oh no.
You know, and they disappeared from public life in almost entirely in 2019. Is the
Oh, they dead.
Oh no.
And she came back in
Disappeared.
2021. She
Oh,
res
she not dead.
full res, but she named somebody else the president. So literally said, "I don't want responsibility for this. I'm leaving. It's back. I'm giving it to someone else. Fuck this. I'm leaving."
Smart.
No, not smart. Disrespectful.
What you mean?
The person they did was apparently less than ideal.
Mm.
They said the resources were pulled away from the film and TV stuff, and key people were pushed out, and we refocused on gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, a lot of people didn't want to act negatively toward the person or the inside group because they were afraid of negative
positivity?
negative reprisals from the person named in this article.
Oh. So, in other words, if they spoke out, they'd probably get fired.
And yes.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So basically, people with too much money are ruining the world, and no one is doing anything to stop them.
Hey, just
Kinda
because you're
the,
rich does not mean you have good ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go with more of this, but they all left. Fuck that bitch. And hopefully they get hired somewhere else. Did they get hired somewhere else?
That I do not know.
I mean, that's what Sony should have spent fucking $200 million on.
It says they were. I mean, the Annapurna group said it was in partnering with Remedy Entertainment for film and TV and other stuff with the people who made, Max Payne and Control and all that stuff. But I don't. Did they get anything out of that deal? I don't know. There's no people working there anymore, so that's crazy.
That's
Oh, that was
insane.
before
Close
they
the
all
deal.
left.
All right, where's the manpower?
They all
Group
left.
gave 2 weeks notice and departed the company together on September 6th, leaving basically all the CEO staff. Basically shits up. Have fun with that.
They better start get to working on them games.
Yeah.
Figure out how to code.
Hey, they
Oh,
make
God.
man games, bro. You better go ahead.
I'm sure all of them CEOs was making 10 times. One of them was making 10 times what all of them both making in a year.
Yeah.
Probably.
Time to put in some work, dingus.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
Hey, I'm just
See,
sad they have
Dizelle?
to leave their
They your
jobs.
people,
and-
bro. They was like, look, I don't care what happened to us. Let's get it. Solidarity. And they all left.
Hey,
That's
I'm
why
all for
Exactly.
solidarity,
they
but
made the
we're-
sacrifices. Time for you to make them sacrifices.
I already made sacrifice. You make
No,
sacrifices.
you need to make
bro.
more.
Why I gotta
Nah,
make more? Aren't you
Yo,
Superman over
bro,
there?
come on, bro.
Super Negro?
Superman. Nigga, I'm black.
Yeah, exactly. Super
Superman.
Negro, bruh. The black
What?
Superman.
No, ain't no such thing.
The
Oh,
only
no,
one
we
that
got
has
one,
true
though.
power because he can say nigga.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is exactly why we need you to make them sacrifice.
Off the rails entirely.
Look, Lizelle,
What's
whether
up?
you succeed or you fail, the world will be a better place in the end. It's a win-win.
That's crazy word. Nah, bruh.
It's funny because it's true. Get it. Let's get it, Denzel.
Rodney's
I'll be rooting for
got
you
it,
in the
bruh.
stands.
He got it.
Oh, man.
You're the man for the job. I don't know why y'all want me to do it.
Look, bro, I already got a foot in death's door. I got enough neighbors. I'm not trying to let nobody know I'm outside.
What the
Funny
fuck?
as hell. Funny as hell.
That was a crazy ass analogy, but Annapurna, God bless people who left. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Hope you
That
find
you
a
can
new
read
and better
more.
job.
You can
Yeah,
read more
hoping
about
the
that fucking
best.
horrific shit show on that article on IGN. That shit's crazy. That's gonna be happening more and more, I think, as time goes on here, and people get fucking destroyed time and time again.
Oh
These
yeah.
fucking industries. So
Mhm.
yeah. This is another random article. I thought this would be important for Lerone because Lerone is a very tasteful individual when it comes to game selection, we will say.
What
Yes,
you
sir.
mean?
It says a Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy veteran says he started making hot characters after a friend said he didn't want to be ugly in games and then never stopped.
Hey yo,
Hey,
hey yo,
yo,
look.
just like me for real.
It's
That
funny
that,
because I was
that
just looking
nigga's.
at that article too.
No,
And you
I
know
saw
who
that
that
article
was?
too. Didn't he say? I thought he had said his friend said I have to be ugly in games too, or some shit like that. I was like, yo.
Yeah, he kind of said that. I think the quote was the classmate asked why he had to be ugly even when playing a game.
Yeah, exactly. Yo,
And,
yeah, man, my
if
man's
you know
trying to
anything about
live
Final
life.
Fantasy, you know this is Mr. Nomura himself. The man responsible for all the
Can't see
designs.
you no more.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
excellent
Final
writer, as
Fantasy
we all
designs do
know.
be on
Oh,
point.
Hey, chill that out.
Um, but yeah,
That man,
he
that man
said
need a
that's a
chaperone at
good
all
point.
times.
Yo,
He loves his belts and he loves his zippers.
hey,
Yeah.
look,
Oh, we know.
the motherfuckers that made Cockrell would have heard they classmates say that shit and be like, yeah, nigga, you gonna be just as ugly. Fuck wrong with you.
Hold up, bro! I got a fishbowl for your ass. Come over
Oh
here.
my god. I got this big
look,
ass fucking armor so we can't even see
Concord.
Hey,
your
bro.
ass
This might be
anymore.
a
Hey,
hot
bro,
take,
jump in this
right?
trash compactor, big
Look,
dog.
look,
Come here.
look. This might be a hot take, right? What the Concord devs taught me anything is, look, we don't need bullying, but we need character development again for some people. Let's call it that.
Character
Hey, look,
development.
Some
I
people
ain't
don't
gonna
need.
lie.
I ain't gonna say bully people. I'm just saying some people need.
We
They
need
need
the
that character
subtraction
development.
Hey,
of
if you
toxic
say stupid
positivity,
shit,
bro. People need to criticize you.
if you say some dumb shit, you need to be checked. If you say some
You
stupid shit,
need
you
to
need to be
have a
checked.
responsibility. You need to take an L, as I say,
Yeah.
bro. That's the character building. Not getting bullied. You don't need to get fucking bullied. Like, that's ridiculous. You need to fucking go up, right? Let's say your bitch ass is 12 years old and you don't like taking showers or some weird shit, bro. You don't like getting your hair cut. You don't like do none of
Hey,
that.
bro, you fucking stink.
Hey, you fucking
Yeah, you
stink.
fucking
That isn't
stink. Get
getting
your.
bullied.
Hey,
That's
no,
legit. Like,
that's
bro.
technically being bullied. Like, I'm
No,
not
I
gonna
don't
lie.
care if it is
I mean, but you
technically.
can
It
let
isn't. It's
somebody
someone
know
telling
they
you.
wildin' without,
Yeah, like, or like you go to a
Hey,
job
we need
interview
to
and
stop
like you don't brush your
sparing
teeth
feelings.
and your breath is disgusting and the person's like, you sound fantastic for this job, but holy shit, you need to fix your breath. If you're gonna be meeting people at our front desk, you need to
Yeah.
have a fucking non-repulsive
Yo,
mouth
said,
odor.
what the fuck did you
Yeah.
eat? Anchovies before you came to work?
I-
Steak, yuck mouth
It's
ass,
not.
bro. Fuck
It's,
wrong with
Yeah,
you?
no.
didn't even say all that. You're just like you
You
need
gotta hit
to be
him.
criticized and be able to handle basic like.
No,
Yeah,
you
you
have
need
to
to do
hit
that.
them with some real shit. LeBron said it right, bro. We need to get back to the character development.
The character
Look,
development,
bro.
bro.
Oh, you
That
don't
face
need
sweet.
to.
If
You
it's
don't need to
true,
up and
it's
down a man
true,
on the
my
court.
nigga. Is if you're lying, that's different. Like, you know, motherfuckers just talk shit about your mom. They don't know nothing about your mom. It's all fucking cap. But if a motherfucker walk up to you, you ain't take a shower in 2 weeks, and they be like, nigga, you fucking stink! And you cry about it, you crying about it. Fuck you. Like, you gotta deal with this
mean-
shit.
Mm.
Hey, that's just
A
real
lot of
life.
ways she will tell people, but yeah, people need to get told like, holy shit, the
I
fishbowl on the head ain't it.
See, but people be
Is that a
around the same
fishbowl on their
people who
head? I
believe
don't
the
know how I
same
feel about
thing.
that. No,
Like,
look,
the people
you-
who want to tell them will get fired, and they're surrounded by people who are like, "Oh yeah, that's an amazing design," because they sniffing the same farts and smelling the same stank as them.
No, they ass was in the motherfucking room talking about some. Damn, that
It's
character look
wild.
good as hell. Fuck.
Like,
Like,
bruh.
come on, G. They were looking at that chick, that green chick. I don't know what the fuck that bitch name is. It was like, damn, I tap that right now, face.
Hey, yo.
Aw,
Chill out.
Pixelated Broadcast Perception does not endorse the views of one big cat man.
What?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
but
in
I'm
this
saying
man's
that
name,
that's
bro.
what they were. That's what I'm saying that they were on, bro. Like, cause obviously motherfuckers were just like
I don't think they were on that.
being
I
weird.
think somebody had a design
You
they
think
drew,
so?
and
I
no one of
mean,
any experience, talent, or shits to give was like, hey, maybe you should change this. Maybe you should look at that. Maybe you should do this.
but these
You know,
are
maybe you should try something
professionals
else.
You know
being
what?
paid
You know what?
salaries of
Every character in
$100,000 or
Concord
more.
remind me of, bro.
You
What?
should be held to a certain
Some
standard.
videos
If
where someone be like, "Here's a character my daughter drew, my 5-year-old daughter drew," and then they try to make it more professional.
And yeah,
Hey,
That's like
look,
every
don't
character in that fucking
disrespect
game.
them like that. Don't disrespect them like that, LaRon.
we're
I'm
disrespecting
The
them
you
right
just
the
now.
respect them
fucking the
hard.
kids drew better fucking drawings than these goddamn
I
developers.
mean, you're
bro.
right, but it's the
Like,
same
come
vibe.
on.
We need
Yeah,
we need the critical analysis here. Also, who's the character designer for Concord? Do we have a name for that? Can we ever find that? Can we get the
Actually,
receipt?
I think
I
we
feel
might.
like we
Hold up.
can. I'm
Are there
almost
multiple people?
99% sure.
They
But
probably
they
would.
got a leader for the team, though.
Lead character designer.
Yeah, the leader.
Yeah.
We're gonna blame it on the leader.
is that the one that was going off on Twitter?
I don't know. What's the name?
Concord lead character designer believes whites must acknowledge their privileged position and then actively work for equality. Also
I
claims
agree. I
you
agree. What's her name? What's their name?
John Wising. Wait, I think it's John Wisniewski. Wisniewski?
Wisnowski?
How do you spell?
Wisniewski? Is WEISNEWSKI.
All right, I lost you after the W.
Yeah, no, John Winuski.
I lost you after W.
Give me the after the W again.
WEISNEWSKI.
EISN.
EWSKI.
Okay.
Wazinewski?
Yeah,
Yeah,
John
so he's the guy
Winuski.
from Monsters Inc.
Oh no.
No, I mean like he sounds like the guy from.
No, Mike's good.
Wazowski.
Yeah, Mike Wazowski.
Wazowski.
All right, so this is a random article. Concord lead character designer John Wisniewski claims the game being shipped at all is legendary. Quote.
Being what?
Being shipped
Shipped
at
at
all is
all.
legendary.
What the fuck? I don't see. This is the part that makes no sense, and I like how we just backquote Concord. This is hilarious. It makes literally no sense that you could look at a game be so fucked during alpha that you're like, we have to double the budget and still expect for it to do well. There's no possible way. Everybody in there, all the analysts, all the people working on it, they're
They
like,
all
yeah,
had
that
main
seems like a good
characters, so
idea.
you thought this was their come up story.
Bro, fake
You thought
ass
documentaries would be written about
lying
that shit, bro. It's about to be crazy.
motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that was taken out of context by this article. So fuck that Park Place. That's the website the article was. The tweet says Firewalk is packed with tenacious fighters, multiple acquisitions, an engine upgrade, UE4 to UE5, global pandemic, project delays. The fact we shipped it all is legendary. None of us know what's next, but I do know this team is capable of wild energy, all caps, when faced with a challenge.
That is true. That wild energy.
Somebody
Yeah,
replied to this
wild
post.
energy, yeah.
You made dollar store Overwatch with the 99-cent store Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyone with 2 functional brain cells knew this game was toast from the drop. Team had 8 years and you came up with that. You need to take a good hard look at this catastrophic failure and ask. Show more. Hold on.
Where are receipts at?
And ask the single most important question you could ask. What went wrong? Not blame the audience who never showed up or the one that hated the designs from the drop. Ask yourselves, why didn't this game land with anyone but the tiny minority of woke psychopaths? Then, and only then, you might be able to make something worth playing. That's a crazy response to that fucking
really
guy's
is.
thing. I think got viciously shit on. So I mean, I think we see the problem instantly in the lead developers thing. And there's also somebody else writes, gamers don't care about the struggle of development. I mean, that's just blatantly not true. But it doesn't matter how hard it was or the challenges you went through. All we care about is the end result. You were in charge of his character design. You didn't do your job. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I mean, that's true. I think people do actually care to a point.
Here's the thing,
so-
right? People like this, right? People do care if they're in the know, but the thing is, most of your consumer base literally aren't even aware or give a fuck. They're not even asking themselves the question, what these devs have to do. They just want the product. Like the people who actually follow up on news and see these people get laid off and actually give a fuck are like, if you're lucky, that's 10% of the people actually buying the product. Like they don't care. They don't.
Yeah, so like, if this guy said, "Hey, I'm extremely sorry for not meeting expectations for this game. I apologize to all the people who had any lick of excitement for it. I'm sorry we didn't meet what everybody wanted. I will hope to do better in my next venture." I don't think anyone would care. People would appreciate that, right? Instead,
They're trying to attack
uh,
people.
we get I'm coming back for two things: hype for Concord and love for my fellow game devs, and then two, mutant block anything that is remotely toxic and or doesn't relate to one. Do we see the problem with this?
I mean, no one wants to hear criticism.
Nobody wants to hear you suck.
I
Okay?
mean,
Like, I understand your job's hard. That's fair. I think, anyone who has a physical job is significantly worse state than you. I'm sorry to blow your bubble.
hey, look,
Like the guy putting together the construction of the building that you worked in every day that was nice and air conditioned with a comfy seat probably has a lot harder than you. I think anybody who does anything physically has it harder than you. But I'm not gonna try to belittle that any more than it is. I still think
I'm
you have a
not gonna
difficult
yuck
job.
your yum.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
But like,
Uh,
let's be real. Like,
Let's be real.
not,
If you
no
fucked
one's.
up, if those guys fucked up, you think they're gonna be like, "Nah, fuck you. That wall looks good, bro. I'm
If
gonna
that
mute
building
anybody who
collapsed
tells
with
me,
you
yeah."
and your coworkers in it, would you be saying that?
How are you gonna just ignore people? I understand there's a lot of fucking crazy people. There's a lot of people who are death threatening you and shit, and that's par for the course. But if you ain't used to that,
See,
bro,
I feel like anyone who's a dev they need to make it mandatory when they a team or whatever to take classes to, because we said this before, to deal with social media and you know vitriol.
they should have like a mock review thing. Like you have to give them your whatever work you're doing, and you have a false board of reviewers or something come in. You sit in front of them, and there's a bunch of different archetypes of people that they are like paid actors, and they give you their feedback right then and there, and you have to respond. Right? And if somebody's like, you have to have the chud, fuck you, your shit's some woke garbage, fucking trash, fuck you, woke Malik, lol,
Yes.
Right, you have to have that, and you have to see how those people react. If they react, all right, whatever, bro. I'm just gonna mute you. I don't care what you're saying. You can't do this. Like that's not how this works. You need to be able to take criticism from that. You need to respond to that professionally, even if it is on your fucking Twitter. Because if it's related to your work, you should probably talk about it professionally. If you actually give a shit, not just be like, "Fuck all these people who hated me." Hello, all the people who think this is a good thing. When it's like that's so bizarre.
People are living in their own bubbles.
It's fucking. It's like just this disgusting
Yeah.
echo chamber. Like, if I fucked up in my job and my boss came up screaming at me, telling me I didn't do right, what do you think the first thing I do is? You think it's I'm just fucking putting my headphones in and ignoring him?
Not unless you
Go
want
see
to
where
get
you fucked
fired.
up.
Like, I'm like, all right, how do we fix this? What did I do wrong, and how do we stop it from happening again? That's the first thing I would say, because I think that's a sane response to that.
Yeah, but you got to realize most people ain't sane.
They ain't.
You know what I think
Like,
too, man? I think that people have to come to terms with a sad reality of life. And that is the fact that you can do your job correctly a million times. But
Oh yeah,
if
but the
you
one time you
fuck
fuck
up,
up,
and if you fuck up and people are mad that you fucked up, you still fucked up. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares how many times you did it right. You fucked up. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right? So like you have to deal with that. Like there's no getting around it. You can be the best person in the industry. Period. You did millions of jobs and you did all of them perfectly. You fuck up one time, it cost $200 million. You fucked up. Own it.
Accountability.
that's
You
not
know,
one
no,
fuck up.
no one wants
That
to
was a
take
series of
accountability.
fuck ups being ignored. That's the
Yeah.
problem. This
Yeah.
never like that money could have, I highly doubt it, but there was a chance that some of that could have been recouped if they had a fucking person come in and say, "Hey, these designs are not it. We need to do something to fix them. We're trying to be a hero shooter. We need to do this, this, and that. We need to do this, and that. We need to not go out $40. We need to be free as a PlayStation Plus monthly game, and we need to have these fucking blah 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 blah. This is how we're gonna recoup some cost. You're never gonna make that money back. That shit's fucking gone. Let's be real. But you might have made
But
some
we
of it
can
back.
minimize the blow.
You
Minimize
wouldn't
loss.
have wasted a
Right?
whole nother 200 million on top of it.
Like,
Like they doubled
holy
down.
shit.
What,
Who
what's
from
that? What's that
Sony? Did they
mean?
have people from Sony come in here and like do it? Like, I don't understand.
I'm
I mean,
doubling
someone from Sony
down.
had to step in at least once.
Like,
Like, how you gonna buy
this
something
looks like
and
a
then never
PS3
check in
game.
on what you?
It looks
They
like a
had to be
PS3 game.
involved. They had to
It's
be
very
involved in some
flat.
way.
They knew. I don't know what they did after they,
They made it. I mean, I'm assuming the game didn't function. That was the thing that they made work. They made the game work technically in a gameplay sense. Because from what I've seen, the game works from a technical and gameplay sense, right? It looks smooth to
Yeah,
play.
like it
Right.
works.
That's
From what
probably
I
what they
saw,
did.
yeah.
But that's not why this game didn't sell anything. It didn't sell
Yeah.
anything because, holy shit.
Or
Like,
marketing and terrible character
or
design.
marketing and terrible design. Like, visual design is very important. Marketing, unfortunately, is even more important. This is why you just said Red Dead Redemption has majority of its hundreds of millions of dollars budget in marketing, even though that game is a fucking masterpiece. If it didn't have that, it wouldn't have succeeded on the same level. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So that's fucked up. Concourse fucked up. Take the dicks out of your ears and please listen.
Yeah, Sony's gonna have to do that. They don't have a choice. Unless they bring one of those Diddy parties and then they all just fuck.
Hey yo,
Chill out.
Oh. In other news, Final Fantasy 16 may be the most heavy video game ever, technically, from a graphical standpoint, as the highest end computer, one of the highest end GPUs in existence right now, which is a 4090, cannot run the game at native 4K at 60 FPS with max settings.
Isn't that just poor optimization?
Most likely, yes.
isn't that? Yeah, look, I'm gonna be real, bro. When's the last time? I'm being honest. Like I'm genuinely asking this question. When's the last time a multiplayer game actually worked well on PC?
It's not multiplayer.
I mean,
It wasn't.
it's not. They don't have a
It's
PC port yet.
Oh, it just came out.
That's what I mean. So when you have like anything that starts on console, basically, and then moves to PC. When's the last time one of those games has actually been optimized correctly? I feel like every time something happens, it's always bad optimization. Every
Not always. It's a lot though.
It's a lot. Like I don't remember any good stories.
More
So
often
I'm generally
than
asking.
not.
What was a good one? Is what I'm asking.
Destiny is pretty good when it
Destiny-
came out. I know that. That's only because I played it so much.
I can't think of anyone else, honestly.
I think Resident Evil 2 had an excellent PC port, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's just say it's few and far between. Because I definitely
It's
know what
definitely
LaRome
few.
means. It's like
I think
a
all Resident Evil
majority
games-
of them.
I played Resident Evil 4
On PC?
on PC. Yeah, it played excellent. No
Mm.
problems at all. It didn't have DLSS support, but that was more because of a marketing deal, not technical. And it still ran good without that. Like, there are definitely some things. Then you have like Dragon's Dogma on the same end. Like, it's really less about it coming to PC than it is how much money is going into it. Like, Capcom has seen a huge increase in profits from selling directly to PC people. So most of their games feel more inclined toward PC now than anything. Like Dragon's Dogma 2 runs. I mean, it has really bad technical issues, but it runs best on PC, right? Like on a max high-end PC. It runs okay on a console, but crazy performance drops in towns and shit. Like, I don't remember any of that happening in the first game when they were focused on console development. Like, that never happened. Devil May Cry had a good PC port, I'm pretty sure. Other than Capcom,
Did Dragon's Dogma even have a good budget?
the new one had a smaller budget than it should have had.
something because I felt like did we talk about this? I felt like it was just I don't even know how to even describe it. Dragon Dogma 2 felt like it was practice for Monster Hunter.
It was 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It was a technical test for Monster Hunter. Whether or not they expand on it is going to be up to them, but the base of the game is there, right? Like, it feels like they made Skyrim without all the content in Skyrim. Like, the map's there. We got the map. There's like 5 enemies, but we got the map. But yeah, it was made with less than half the people that normally make Capcom games, and like, I don't know, probably less than half the budget too. So, I don't know. I don't know if we talked about Suno leaving Capcom last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Itsuno being, if you guys don't remember, 30-year veteran of Capcom, one of the backbone directors of the studio. Devil May Cry, Dragon's Dogma, bunch of fighting games like Power Stone and shit, Rival Schools, I think. A lot of old school stuff. He was a G. He left because he said he wanted to make new ventures or something. He said he was going to leave, to be fair. Back when Devil May Cry came out, I said, I want to make a Dragon's Dogma game after Devil May Cry, and then I'm out. That's what he did.
He's a man of his word.
Yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 cannot run with 60 FPS and native 4K. Is probably massive performance issues there. Who knows? I remember I tried to play the demo on PC and I couldn't, you know, that shit was just dying. So I know they patched that demo a couple times. I'd probably check it out again, but
I'm trying to see
that
somebody
game was
play
bad as hell.
that. And I want to see somebody play it on 4K for the Bahamut fight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
did
it's
we
beautiful.
did we ever rate Space Marine?
Oh,
Did
you
we even
didn't.
talk about Space
I
Marine?
don't think we talked about Space
Y'all said y'all played it, and I think that's the deepest that conversation went.
Yeah.
Okay,
Was
I
it?
mean, we played it.
Was it even
It's-
out last time we met?
I don't
I
remember.
thought
I
it
think
was.
y'all played it
I think
right
that was the
after
week
the
before.
podcast.
Oh, was it after?
Oh yeah, it was the
Yeah.
weekend. It was literally the day after it came out for me, and then I don't think Roddy even got to play it or Bailey got to play it.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
I got to,
We must
we
have
got to
been
play. I
talking
got
about
to
it
play
in
a
chat
couple
then.
hours, and I was, but yeah, they need to make more games like that.
Yeah, it's a game from like 10 years ago where it has like a bunch of shit and it's all pretty cool and it's not perfect, but it's all pretty cool and it's there.
Yeah,
Let me kill shit and save the world.
it's like it's a
Definitely
game
don't save
where
anything. Well, I mean, you try, you save your little group of dudes, but you know,
you go
Warhammer
in,
scale.
you know exactly what to expect. You go in, and it's highly enjoyable. There's no
No
BS
bullshit.
rigmarole.
Nope.
No
Pacing? See, you talking about pacing problems, bro. This game is you fight thing, you go to cutscene, you fight thing, you go to cutscene, game end. Pacing perfect.
Yeah,
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
we need more. That I need more games like Space Marine 2.
No bullshit.
It
Could it have been
came out.
longer? Yeah,
It worked.
did work.
I mean, there were some connectivity issues
Oh
in
yeah.
the multiplayer, but other than that, it worked just fine. I wasn't fault. You know what I'm saying? I didn't break the game.
Didn't fall through Matt from Rodney is a huge dub.
That's crazy.
Almost every game I play, I found a bug that usually just breaks the game. It's honestly why I just straight up stopped playing Ubisoft games altogether.
Hey,
Cause
Ubisoft is an excellent company full of talented individuals.
Lies.
yeah, okay, that's not what them stock prices is showing. But anyways,
Ooh.
Space Marine was amazing, and I hope that
Space
they.
Marine 3 is amazing. I love playing Space Marine 2 though right now.
I mean, I didn't say 3, but
I thought you did. I'm sorry.
I honestly hope that GameStop gives them more freedom, because obviously they didn't want to badmouth Games Workshop, and I stand considering they literally giving them the stuff to make the game, but they definitely said that there was.
All right, Rodney. I just want to say you are breaking up a bit, but I do not know
hold up.
if I don't know if it's from. You can just leave and try it, but I'll
Yep.
continue the sentiment. Space Marine 2 is the GOAT, the goated one, the greatest. No, it's not. It's really not. It's just literally like a God of War combat what a game made 10 years ago. You got multiplayer, competitive,
Come back.
6v6. Hello. There is no crazy bullshit. It's just 6v6. There's no crazy fucking grinding for nonsense. I don't even think you're going to lock anything. You just pick whatever you want, play it for fun. The PvE is where the grind's at, and you get a legit progression skill tree that makes your character significantly more powerful with weapons progression and skill tree progression
Tons of
and
weapons per class.
tons of cosmetics,
Tons
none
of
of which that
customizability.
you pay for. Unless you buy the
Mm.
pre-order stuff, that's like the only thing you pay for. You pay for the pre-order stuff, and they're gonna add more cosmetics that you pay for because they said that's the only thing they're gonna monetize.
Pre-order stuff. The only thing you had was a
Yeah, and it's not like
chain blade and a gun
there's
skin. That was it.
tons of shit for you to
Oh
unlock
yeah, and the
in
sword.
the
Oh,
game. There's so much cool fucking gear. And then the story is a fucking solid like 8 out of 10. I want Space Marine the game. You got Space Marine the game.
Space Marine.
Yeah,
yeah. It's. How do I sound, by the way?
sound good.
All right. Yeah. I hope they do more. I hope Games Workshop gives them the go ahead to do more because I know they've been kind of. They said that they were pretty much hamstringing them about what they could put into the game. So I hope they, now that this one was such a success, I hope that they give them a little bit more freedom to use more characters and weapons and whatever to make it bigger. The next one bigger.
Yeah, go crazy. I expect the Gully Man.
You think so?
I honestly, I think this game is so
Rowboat?
popular. I think we're getting Rowboat and we're getting
They better bring my boy
what's his
Lion.
name? Oh, absolutely. Fucking what is his name? L. Lion Johnson, aka
Lionel Johnson.
yes, Lionel
Lionel
Johnson.
Johnson is
The big
wild.
dick himself is going to
Mm-hmm.
come. Absolutely. You might even get more. You might even, I mean, I don't know if you might get more. If they really push their luck, you might get some Emperor shit. That'd be fucking sick. And they might not look to use this to push the story forward. That would be super
Oh,
cool, but
they're not going. I don't think they're gonna touch
they
that.
could do all that. Nah.
Not yet. Maybe when more books come out, maybe, but
I mean, by
nah.
the time a third game comes out, there's gonna be more books out.
Yeah. Emperor is minimal. I mean, it would be nice to get like a vision or
I
something.
mean, yes, give me a little juicer. That's all I want.
Little juice.
A little juicer.
I gave it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was fun. Hope they add more. I see a lot of hype videos on YouTube and shit about, oh my god, you're not gonna believe this, blah 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 blah. Like they're not gonna add anything crazy to this game, dude. Like if you're expecting like massive new additions, you're a clown. You're gonna have to
No, they
wait 8 months
said
for a horde mode, and you're
no
probably
new
gonna get a couple of
factions,
enemies.
no new factions, only additions to existing factions.
Yeah,
No new worlds, but different areas on the existing worlds. It's all stuff that's already there, pretty much.
yeah. I would love for this to be fucking Warhammer Space Marine online, the Destiny game.
Huh?
Like just to be the starting point for like a 10-year of Space Marine because they have the mechanics, they have the baseline for what people want, and then just add. But that's not work
Yeah.
here. You get what you pay for, and it's exactly what everybody wants. So keep doing
Look, if
that.
they keep making games like this, I'm down.
Yeah.
It's Space Marine and then all the Japanese and Chinese stuff because they cooking right now.
They cook.
Anybody
The
gonna
Eastern
get?
Empire will
Is
rise again.
will you chill out?
Yes, stop saying that. Man is
I think he did
floundering
he
like
did ate too many frosted flakes and sugar
yeah,
too high.
way too excited, bro. He's got
Is
done playing
anybody
GTA or
getting Dragon
something.
Age? Larona's getting Dragon Age, I heard.
Oh, let's get the
No,
Dragon Age.
no,
Okay,
absolutely not.
hold on. So, 10 years ago, on a fateful day, we had a sequel to a extremely critically panned. Oh, I don't remember if it was critically panned. It was panned by fans mostly. Dragon Age 2. We got the sequel to Dragon Age 2 in 2014. It was called Dragon Age Inquisition. I was very excited for it. I thought it met those expectations. I know most of you guys played it. A couple of you guys beat it and really enjoyed it. Is that correct?
Yes.
I didn't play it. Didn't beat it.
Did feel that the big baddie was barely in the story, but everything else was. I liked it. I enjoyed it highly. I'd go back and play it again. I plan to
I would too.
once the new one comes out because I'm not buying that shit.
That's crazy. Lerone,
It's good.
you played it?
Yeah, it's not beat that. I beat that shit twice.
Yeah, hear that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Lerone don't play games like
When do
that,
you
bro.
be doing this stuff?
Yeah, I beat that shit once in a row, and I made a whole nother night and channel did that shit again. I remember that.
Ah,
We should play the
nice.
multiplayer at some point. Remember that catastrophe, but not really catastrophe. It was kind of boring though. It had multiplayer as well. I forgot. Solid game. DLC was awesome. Game was awesome. Sick. 10 years later, completely different Bioware. Mass Effect is dead. Anthem came out and died. Uh, recouped some losses with Legendary Edition, the remake that honestly should have been better. And here we are with Dragon Age Veilguard changing its name from Dragon Age Dreadwolf to better change the focus to the main characters, which will be you and the Veilguard. Fair enough. Uh, I do think numbers would be cool, but I guess you're not very confident in your games, so you're not giving them numbers anymore. That's understandable. Um, or maybe it's to keep more people in, so they don't have to think they have to play two older games they probably can't even play anymore. That's probably more the reason. That makes more
That's a
sense.
good point.
So Dragon Age Veilguard had a big showing recently at the time of this recording, and they mostly showed character creator and they said those people I watched like about 6 to 7 to 8 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of different things. I'm not gonna go first. We're gonna have Lerone go first.
Oh no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Let's start off hot. What did you think of what you saw, Lerone?
Absolute garbage.
Well, let's see. What did you see?
The gameplay,
What part? Explain.
the animations look dated. The gameplay look dated. I don't like. I don't know. Something about not controlling the characters. That hit my ear wrong. I don't know why that was a decision, but fuck it.
Mass
But
Effect.
that it lies on Mass. I'm about to say it lies on Mass Effect, so I'll let them cook on that one. I don't know why the UI or the hub, whatever you want to call it, why that's so ugly though. Like, why is that? It's so it looks bigger than it used to be, and it's flat in the middle of the screen. I don't like that.
Mobile game.
Why it doesn't look like a
Ew.
mobile game?
Raid
Money.
Shadow Legends.
Ew.
It looks worse than Raid Shadow Legends. Like what? Why?
Money.
How's that making them money?
No, they don't have as much money, so it looks worse.
Oh no!
Mm,
Oh
Mm.
no!
played
They
my fair share of mobile games, and all of them, like it's just
They have more
it's-
money.
it's visual vomit on your screen.
the art direction. Look, when I think of Dragon Age, I'm thinking of some fucking like kind of dark, gritty fantasy, right?
Yeah.
This shit looks too Disney for me, big dog. It do. Like I saw the Griffin in the trailer, bro. Hogwarts Legacy had better Griffins than that game did, bro.
Oof.
That was crazy. I don't want to talk about it. You all know what. God, Noodles ass character creator, bro.
Okay, calm down. If
No.
you see, let's go back to the art direction. If we saw the preview, I don't think the Griffin is the greatest insult here. I think the Darkspawn is the greatest insult.
Oh, I didn't. That's what I
Alright, so
was
the-
saying.
Darkspawn, I'm sure none of you guys know about this, but Dragon Age Origins, the Darkspawn was kind of a mystery. You knew they came from the Blight, quote unquote, which is this crazy awakening of evil from the fucking depths of the very earth. Very much akin to orcs in Lord of the Rings, like, because this game came out a lot sooner to the release of those movies. It was actually criticized for them just being called just some more orcs. I wish they were still just some more orcs. Those guys looked fucking metal as shit, Origins. They were fucked up, gory, like, evil versions of every race. It wasn't just elves, like I think they're supposed to be in Lord of the Rings. They were just, like, fucked up races of, like, dwarf versions. There were, like, giants. There were, humans. And you find out how they get made in Origins, and it's, like, insanely disgusting and extremely adult and super fucked up. Like, most fucked up shit you could possibly imagine is how they get made. I'll let people find that out on their own if they want to. they don't look like they're from Pixar movies. This is the point here. Dragon Age 2 did change the art style drastically for a more like painted look, I will say. Game was heavily criticized for that. Although I still think the game was very fun. I think the people looked very stylized. It looked a lot like Dishonored. Played that. Very similar. And there were some really good character designs. Like the main antagonist of that game was a Kunari named the Arashok, who was this big buff ass fucking Kunari dude. He looked badass as shit. If you want to look at that up,
Remember
you
when the
can.
Canary looked cool?
That's what we're getting to. His big badass looking horn motherfucker looked crazy. Excellent in-game and in CG. They used them as like the big trailer promo for that. Dragon Age Inquisition comes out many years later. I feel the feeling BioWare doesn't really know where to go with this franchise. Mass Effect kind of exploded in both popularity and how it ended. They went a very action-centric route for that, and Dragon Age 2 focused more on action, and it got panned for it. BioWare's history at the time, and people still working there for Inquisition, were CRPGs, classical tactical fighting stuff, instead of action. So Dragon Age Inquisition made the smart decision to try to go half and half. You could still be very tactical, but you could still play like an action game. I think they did a great job at separating the two and mixing them. And you could use them very similar, and they both had a strength. I know a lot of people didn't seem to agree with that. I'm gonna say they're stupid. Sorry. I think just critically, if you analyze the gameplay mechanics of that game, they work very well. Like you might not like it. Okay. I do think Dragon Age 2's combat was more fun. I will say that. I think that was more fun though, just because you got basic attacks. You really didn't have to do basic attacks in Inquisition, so you were just kind of waiting for cooldowns and stuff. Your basic attacks did very little. Dragon Age Veilguard, here we are. The enemies did change again in Inquisition. They looked more darker than 2, but not as dark as 1. Again, it was like a middle ground. Now we're in Veilguard. This is a very different BioWare. I mean, I don't know how to describe the art style. It looks like Dragon Age 2 on crack. Like,
Not the good crack.
there is no good crack.
Like heroin.
Yeah, like,
After the heroin binge, when they're coming down and
Yeah.
they realize it's their time to go.
like, you can look up a ogre in Dragon Age and look up an ogre in Dragon Age Veilguard, and like the ogre in Dragon Age Origins is like this fucked up, gaunt cheek, like bones almost popping out of his face, like monstrosity. And then the ogre in Dragon Age Veilguard has like light bulb eyes. Right, his eyeballs are like light bulbs out of his head. He barely has skin, and the skin that is there is smoother than a baby's butt. Alright, it's like almost no detail. And he just looks like a goofy, cheap Halloween toy, I guess you could say. How would you describe it, Laura?
Oh man, I don't want to talk about it, bro. Just leave me alone, man.
No, you gotta talk about it. You're here.
No,
Well,
bro.
here.
No,
Yes.
bro.
Yes. Let's give me a description. What do you think it looks like?
Hold on. All right. So what are we talking about?
That man checked out.
I checked out hard as shit.
What are we talking about? All right, well, how would you describe it, Rodney?
Hey, bro.
um,
Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? I'll give you my thoughts.
How the
question
art
here.
style looks in Dragon Age at Veilguard.
Okay. That shit look like. You know that. Let me see if I can find that shit. Because it looks Disney-fied.
Uh-huh.
What's the name of that game? They had a game that I was gonna say reminded me, but I can't remember the name. Fuck. But yeah, I don't know, man. The Kunari look like fucking Uncanny Valley handsome Squidward. Fucking fucking monsters.
Oh,
Uncanny Valley is some Squidward. It's so spot on. It's ridiculous. Oh
so
no.
fucking bad. That alone just depressed the fuck out of me.
Mm.
Enemy- And this ain't even the art style, bro. But Solus, I already checked out when I saw this motherfucker as the main antagonist. All right, that guy was such an afterthought in my gameplays and Inquisition that they literally told me. I told the man I never cared about anything you ever say because I didn't. Ball Elfman doing shifty shit. Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever is crazy for the elven god of fucking lies.
I
But
Chill.
mean, in Laron's playthrough, he literally avoided this man through the entire
two
playthrough.
playthroughs.
Who
Oh
players
yeah,
about that man, bro? He's such an
the entire
afterthought, bro.
two.
He was there was nothing compelling about that man to me. That's my hot take. I know some people might like him. I don't know. Maybe the 5 people who's gonna buy Velgar might appreciate him.
Oof.
Jesus, Laron, chill
No,
out.
Man,
this
do
guy.
you want me to defend this point, or you want to keep going?
I'm gonna keep going, big
All
dog.
right, keep going. Hit
Because
'em.
when I saw the hub, look, they got this fancy ass hub world they got now.
No, I thought we were talking about the story.
What?
Mm.
Nothing. Keep going.
No. You know the
Yeah, the
little,
hub. I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about. Oh,
a little floaty staircase.
on the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the lighthouse was supposed to be in a different realm or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I just think they didn't feel like loading more assets, which is why it's floating in the sky and everything. When I saw the most compelling thing is that thing being rock paper scissors with a random ass skeleton. I'm like, alright,
Well, it's
that
real
makes
crazy,
sense.
though. But yeah, you want to play rock
Mm,
paper scissors with the fucking not Warner Brothers, Disney skeleton man.
right? Did you pet the animals in that game too? Because
In what game?
I think they made that a fucking selling point in the IGN video I saw. I'm just like, hey, I don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah,
I figure.
I don't. Stop wasting your time designing petting animations. Like for real talk. Like, what are you doing?
Right, like
Not
no,
making a game.
It's not relevant.
it's not. Like, what the
And a
fuck?
fucking cat. Fuck off.
All I'm saying, Hogwarts, I could fucking petrolize and levitate the cats.
That's don't do that either.
Well, that's gameplay though.
That
That's more
is-
compelling than that shit.
That
He's a
is
serial
kind of
killer.
gameplay. I mean, gameplay interaction is always cool. That is a fucked up gameplay interaction. But still.
Yeah, it's crazy you can do that, but the fact you can is wild. But Jesus fucking Christ, I just get mad as I was thinking about that shit. But that shit ugly, bro.
That shit ugly. On God.
That shit ugly, bro. I'm just saying, I've been waiting for so long. It's been what 10 years since they made a good game, right? And like, yeah, it's been 10 years. And y'all
Yeah.
want to go out like this because y'all ain't coming back. Y'all ain't winning. Bioware is done after this shit. That's crazy work to think about.
I don't know about that. Keep
What,
going.
what's going on? What's gonna come in, dog?
No, are you done?
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
All right,
y'all
now we're
wanna
going to
hear this.
Rodney. Now we're saving the rebuttal for last. Imagine that, Rodney.
What's up, man?
What do you think?
I think it looks like
I start art design. Everyone's favorite part.
art design. Oh, it looks like if a group of people who were fans of Dragon Age made a fan game but didn't know how to make character designs, made a game.
Okay.
But they did their best.
Okay, they tried.
Now, as far as the ogre, I looked it
Yeah.
up
Uh huh.
because I wanted to see what the one in Dragon Age
Yeah.
Origins looks like.
Yeah. That motherfucker got light bulbs for eyes now, bro.
Bruh, like
He got Christmas lights in his face.
the one from it looks
It's fucking
amazing.
ugly, bro.
Like
It
the
looks
one from Dragon Age
terrifying in
Origins
Origins.
looks
It
like
looks
if you
genuinely
saw
scary.
that thing anywhere within the vicinity, you'd off yourself before it got to you. Like it's creepy, and I
actually
love the design because it's like I didn't even realize that there was a statue of that thing in Mass Effect 2,
Yep.
which is pretty cool because I never played Dragon Age Origins. But the comparison, no, it's night and day. That I would love that Dragon Age Origins ogre.
Even compared to the Inquisition one, they look
Even compared to the
hilariously
Inquisition
goofy.
one, it looks like somebody like Laurent said, it looks like somebody tried to make like a
And it looks
like
like airbrush Disney design.
like a Disney-fied monster design. Like it's supposed to be scary, but it's
PG.
not scary.
Yeah,
It looks
it's PG scary.
yeah, like
No, we talk about we talk about the ogre, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
would
mean,
rather run the ones with Shrek.
yeah.
As far as the gameplay, it looks like something that it looks like a generic action RPG from like 10 years ago. Is the
I,
best way to describe
actually,
it.
I
Like
didn't remember the way they looked in Inquisition. They actually look scarier in Inquisition.
pretty
They have
solid
like
designs.
fucked up, gaunt skeleton face with like blackened eye. They look crazy. I don't remember that at all. Maybe that's a special one, but that looks fucked up. They look cool. How the fuck you go from that to this is insane. Why is his eyes glowing?
Yeah.
Why does he have like
Yeah, the one from
us?
Inquisition, it looks like a skeleton head, like the
Yeah, he
face is
looks
all
fucking
smashed
evil as
in
shit.
and got like horns going. Like it's good. It's good design. It serves its purpose. Is the best way I can describe. Like it
They look goofy as fuck.
they
Like
look
that's
awful.
crazy.
But then again, in my opinion, almost everything in that game in
Looks like that.
Veilguard looks awful. It it just looks it just looks awful.
I
Gameplay
will
looks
say,
floaty and light. It doesn't feel like it has any real weight to it when you hit things.
all right.
Eh,
I think the
yeah,
environments are better
the environments are
than the other
alright.
stuff.
Like I didn't
Yeah, they
have
look
anything
alright.
that couldn't find anything bad to say about them. Not that I was looking for anything bad, but
Right.
at least the areas look. Some of them look nice. At least the ones that they showed so far. They look
I think the
alright,
areas look cool.
but it's everything else that's ugly.
Yeah, these enemy designs are crazy. I'm sure this is gonna be modded within a week to be fixed, but yeah, that's nuts.
And what was
Character
it?
designs.
I know there was a. I think me and you watched the same video, Laurent, about the chick from IGN.
Oh God.
Like she compared the character customization from Veilguard to Inquisition.
Yeah.
I felt like Inquisition's customer, well, obviously the lighting was kind of weird, so you could make a character, and obviously when you made them and got into the actual game, they looked different because there were no,
Yeah, it was an
you know,
infamous poor decision.
yeah. But for the most part, I thought like the characters looked really good in Inquisition. Like you could make Daenerys Targaryen if you really tried.
That
Like
was funny.
it's not, it wasn't horrible, but I could see why people had issues with it.
Hmm.
But I'm like, then I saw Veilguards, and I'm like, when you move a slide, shit's supposed to shift.
All right. Before we get to the bottom part, talk about the faces. I'll say I think the faces look all right on your character. I think the hair, the fact that they have a lot of hair and it looks fucking majestic, is cool.
Oh yeah, tons of hair options. I respect it.
That's it. Continue.
That's all it comes.
I mean, yeah, they went OD with that hair. Like they wildin'. Good on them for it, because everything else is definitely gonna
The
fall
neck
short.
down is wild.
Because it's like, man, like
If you have sliders,
if you
continue
have
that point.
sliders,
No.
you should be able to see from 0 to 100 a drastic change. That's the point of a slider, is to adjust either minimal or just huge. Obviously within reason of whatever game you playing or whatever. Now, when I saw them move that slider from 0 to 100 and it barely changed anything, I'm like, what's the point? Like, look, I love character customization. I respect any game that has booty sliders in it. I respect it. But
Two
it,
P, two T's.
it didn't move. Like, bro, you telling me 0 to 100 makes you look like
Can we bring up the Street Fighter character creator? Can we bring up the Dragon's Dogma character creator?
I'm
Can we bring
saying,
up?
like, bruh.
Hey, but they're revolutionary though, bro. Cause still skin tones, we got melanin sliders, bro.
We have that before. It ain't revolutionary no more.
It's
No,
not.
bro. Melanin sliders. The
It's
most
not even the
revolution.
first game with the video Ligo shit. There's tons of games with that now.
I'm gonna be honest. The best game, the most revolutionary like skin tone was South Park, bro. Cause that shit made the game harder. That was funny as hell.
I don't think it actually made the game harder.
No, I made I think you made certain interactions. It's like the difficulty. We're talking like 1% of actual difficulty because
Yeah,
you
like
changed so minor.
it
But the
was
fact it
yeah.
did anything was funny as hell to me.
Like the skin tones, the honestly, a lot of the races just look weird. They look
How
weird.
what they did to Canary in this game will be forever
Oh, that's a
remembered.
Is
crime,
a travesty.
And
The
you want to talk about
Kunari
race
looked
crimes getting committed,
cool.
bro?
bro. The
This
They
is
look
a
Canary
so
got a
race
whole.
cool.
crime. This was somebody said, "Fuck this whole race in particular, bro." Get Handsome Squidward on the line right now.
Ansel Squidward is crazy work.
So
And you had they look great Inquisition. I think the
yes.
Aeroshock is what you want them to look like in Dragon Age 2. That should be the
Yeah,
poster.
that dude's
Go for that.
dope.
Yeah, you should try to be able to make that. If you can make that, mission accomplished. We did not. We said, fuck that shit. I have 5 different foreheads and not enough horns. Let's go.
Why is your skull that big?
It don't even make sense. Like, they've changed their design before. Like, Dragon Age 1, they didn't even have horns, right? Sten was just like a pale, tall dude with dreads. Didn't even look like that. Dragon Age 2, they locked it in, and then they got a really good design. And then Inquisition, like, I mean, it pretty much looks the same in Inquisition. There's just different heads and stuff.
Like the 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 way the horns sit on the head, we'll say Dragon Age 2, is like the person's face is still the normal dimensions of a human's face. Like the horns curve up and back from the forehead, but it doesn't add to the forehead. It's coming out of the forehead, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That is their forehead, the beginning of the
Yeah.
horns.
So it's like it looks natural for them in those games. This it just looks like
They
once
have a
again,
forehead and then horns.
yeah, like somebody
Big mistake.
you took a human face and then you stuck that on top of it. It didn't care to adjust for it being, part of their head.
Yeah.
Absolutely hideous work.
Looks
It's fast as
very,
shit, bro. Come on.
very bizarre.
Oh, these are the people making games. Like, why is it so bad to make a cool looking character nowadays?
I don't know.
People actively sabotage their own games to not make cool looking characters. Do they not realize if everything is ugly, no one will play it? Scratch that. Next
Tucker
to no
figured
one
that shit
will
out.
play it. Ugh.
Yikers.
You see what happened to them.
Yeah.
I guess we need to dig more graves. 'Cause
Oh.
motherfuckers need to start
We're
jumping
shutting
in.
down. Like, let's go.
Alright, so let's talk about the positives.
Mm,
So, the Qunari are not one of them. That shit's
No.
cursed. And I just have this image of this one that this guy made, and I low-key want to play this game with this character because he is literally Handsome Squidward, and that would be hilarious. But, like,
bro, get the
the
game.
humans, I think I think Eric's gonna get the game, so I think that playthrough is happening regardless.
Nice.
I want to play it regardless because I did see gameplay and I heard people with whom opinions I do value, and they did say when they talked to companions, what they had to say was interesting. All right, there was interesting stories. The events of the stories that they they didn't show you in the demo were extremely interesting. And they said it was only Act 1. Apparently, there's 3 acts. And they said it took about 10 hours to get through Act 1, which is that 30 to 40 hour mark that is the mark you want for these games. Will that mean the rest of the story is good? No. Will that mean the rest of the dialogue's good? Absolutely not. But that's a good starting point for me. All right. And then they also show like high level gameplay, and there is way too much shit on the screen. Like, I think what happened in this game is this was made as a live service product originally. That's why the art style looks like that, because it was supposed to be able to contain a lot of players, so we use lower res models, at least they look lower res. And that's why there's a ton of AoEs on the ground and a lot of mechanical stuff happening. and they said, "Oh fuck that, run that shit back. Let's make a single player Dragon Age game, but we have to reuse its assets because we don't got no money." And I think that's why this shit looks like this. That's why I think the environments look good too, because they would look good on a big scale, full of people. You know,
Hmm.
that's probably why the enemies did it, because they could have spun this game off as like a, side game. That's why everybody looks weird because they're being whatever the big MMO thing is. I think in the game it's supposed to be the elven gods are corrupting them, so that's what they look different. Uh, and it's really just really bright. There's a lot of shit going on, but I will say mechanically, the stuff happening in those gameplay sections looks engaging. Looks fun. There is like, of course, I'd prefer to be able to control my characters again, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Mass Effect isn't my favorite game of all time. Okay, like I didn't get to control my characters in that, and it didn't bother me that much. You still have to use your power, like the powers. It has the primer and detonator thing for Mass Effect 3, 2 a little bit. The two kind of had it with Singularity, but
Yeah.
3 was really where they expanded on it. They even had an Anthem. That was Anthem's only positive, is that it had that system in it. Uh, Andromeda, I think Andromeda had it, but it was like
It
flaccid as
did.
shit.
Yeah.
Super weak, super lame.
Limp.
Yeah. And like I like those combat mechanics. I think they are satisfying. I think the gameplay they showed, you have like a parry mechanic as a warrior because you're a fucking warrior. Like that's kind of cool. All right, you have a crazy dodge as a rogue. You have magical bullshit as a mage. Like there's some cool looking stuff here. The HUD's fucking vicious. I don't know who the fuck. Like there's already a ton of shit on my screen, all the AOE's, but then you're like, fuck it, bro. We need more. I mean, they said you could customize the HUD, so hopefully you can fucking shrink the size of that shit. Cause like I'm not going blind. Maybe we got some blind people gaming, but like that shit could be shrunken by like 8x, and it'd still be too much on the screen. Uh, I don't really like the UI other than the shit on the screen. The gameplay has never bothered me in any game I've ever played. If it's supposed to be a menu, make it as many fucking stupid looking boxes as you want, as long as I understand what I'm looking at. So like the mobile game, like purple fucking background everywhere is like whatever. I don't care. It's just the shit in the gameplay bothers me because I like minimal HUD in the game. I want to be immersed, right? Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I will say I think the facial character customization looks cool. You can morph your body, which is not something you could really do in other Dragon Age games. You can't do it the way, the majority of the people who were interested in Dragon Age want to do it.
Can't multiply by zero, big dog.
What?
Don't worry about it.
I don't understand that.
Bro,
But
you hating, man. You hating, bro.
I'm just saying, there ain't much to fucking body more.
well, that's what I'm saying, right? You can't change it the way that the core audience of these games would want to change it.
I mean, what? Like, I was talking to a coworker about this because he was talking about getting it. He was like, it drops on my birthday. I'm like, might. He's like, why don't they just like you're in a world of magic? Why do you
This
What
man
was that?
died.
You cut off.
fucking A? Hello, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
Okay.
"Why could?"
And then you vanish to the
Why
ether.
you're in a world full of magic, right? All types of
Yeah.
spells and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to go the route of we'll say changing gender, why do you
Okay.
need Scar?
I don't
I'm sure
know.
you could literally make a spell to do it, and it's not that big of a deal.
Who I would like a who was like this should be in the game because I low key think it's offensive. Like I think that's kind of like mean to have in the game. To anybody who does that, like isn't that like fucked up?
Uh,
I feel like
what?
the people who look. I
I
feel
feel like
like
you
people.
don't want to see that.
Right, you
Yeah, you
probably don't
don't.
want scars.
That's you want it to heal. Like you don't want
Yeah.
you ain't wearing no bikini. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
ain't until that. Yes, yes. You want it to
you
heal.
want to feel like it's
You don't want
who
to be
you
showing
are,
that off.
right?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's like fucked up, kind of cruel in my mind. But I don't know. Maybe I don't get it.
But I feel like it's the what is it? It's the offensive type of the offensive type of inclusion. It's like you put a black person in the game and they're a bald-headed thief, you know what I'm saying? Like shit
Yes.
like that. Like, do you need it? No. Is it good inclusion? Not by a mile. But you can say that you included colored people. Does it make it good? No, hell no.
I mean,
But it's
even
like,
beyond making what we want to make, like you can't even like. Can you make a buff ass Kunari dude? Like, can I make the Iron Bowl?
No.
I don't
no,
think so. Why not?
because that's
What are
cool.
we doing?
What you talking about?
It's just like, what is the point of it? It's so
Your
lame.
cool is extinct, Infamous.
It's
I think
not.
you
See,
realize that.
see, that's
It's
my issue,
going
right?
extinct.
It's
See, that's
not though.
my issue is if you can't get this shit right, right? Why would I even bother to try to get immersed in your story? You can't even put that much thought into your shit.
The
I
thought
don't
was
know.
elsewhere.
What is Isabella gonna be in this game? You think?
I would imagine.
What is she gonna look like?
Oh, she's definitely gonna
Oh,
be fully dressed, no cleavage, and a proper gent,
Like that.
most
That's the whole
likely.
point of her character. She's a
I,
they
swashbuckling
don't care
whore. I think
about
that was
I
a
that.
low
know.
key her class in one of the games.
Jezebel?
Like, yeah,
Was it actually? I think was it called Jezebel?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Point is, like you've already seen Varric has a beard. They don't care.
They don't care.
Infamous.
I don't. I think that was hinted at somewhere because
I
they're doing
respect you for
other
giving them
stuff.
the benefit of the doubt.
I feel
I
like they didn't
mean,
even see the source material.
that's not
They
true.
probably
Like,
Feel like the motherfuckers that worked on that shit left.
no, because like they're continuing. They're literally direct continuing the story, and they're
I
direct
can watch that video
continuing
on YouTube
lines from
too,
the
dog. But
DLC. It doesn't matter how you learn about it.
I'm talking about on them scuffed ass summary. Say the motherfuckers got the got the
Okay,
spark notes. Jesus.
okay. I don't think the story's gonna be bad because also one of the writers on this is the person who wrote the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
heard that game was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard the writing of the game was really good.
No, that's good. But it's the fact they've been comparing this shit to Guardians of the Galaxy the whole time that got me.
That's true.
That's funny as hell.
That is true.
Is he the
This
head
is
writer?
why I don't. I have no idea. I just know they're working on the next Mass Effect, and they got pulled in to work on this as well. That's what I've heard. I will say this: the strongest characters are not the characters they do the Guardians of the Galaxy funny one-liners, right? I know you hated Solus and Inquisition. Solus was easily the best character in that game, no contest. He constantly fights you on decisions that make sense morally and gives you good reasoning behind them. Constantly, right? If you take him with you throughout the whole game, he constantly tries to bring you over to his position, and he always does it like relatively respectfully. He's a character out of an old Dragon Age game. He's very well written. Will he remain that in this game? I have no idea. But those are the best kind of characters. Okay? The Iron Bull being a fucking traitor spy is a sick twist, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you could turn over to the good guys or whatever. Like that's a cool idea. That's a good character.
Well, I think I killed him in my game. I forgot about
There you go. That's a cool twist. Are these characters gonna have shit like that? From what I've seen, I'm the least interested in all these characters that I've ever seen. Mainly because of how they look. I'm not gonna lie, but like they also don't seem as interesting. Like the Iron Bull seemed interesting because he already seemed kind of sketch from the start. None of these characters seem like they have any thing going on. At least not that they showed. Like one guy's a fucking necromancer, but he's supposed to be from the place that doesn't think those guys are evil. So he's probably like a fucking fruity mage man. Like if I could imagine just from what I've seen. The Grey Warden dude looks like the most run-of-the-mill hero man I've ever seen in any video game. Compared to what was his name? Blackwall and Inquisition, who was like not
Yeah.
even a real Grey Warden. He was like a fucked up like fucking rogue or some shit, right? Like he was like super fucked. It was super cool. Like the
Yeah, that
characters
man.
have to be more than just what they seem on the like the top level. Like, I don't want good guy Grey Warden because Grey Wardens aren't typically good people, right?
No,
They're
yeah.
usually getting punished to be a Grey Warden. Like maybe that changed or something. They're honorable now, but they've all come from fucked up places, right? And they have to go through a thing that could kill them. So holding some resentment against this makes sense. He doesn't look like he holds any resentment. He looks like he holds fucking comedy club jokes every week. Like, what the fuck? I think
Disney.
yeah,
Disney
it's very
cast.
Disney. Tosh, I think is the Kunari, is a dragon hunter. Bro, who the fuck is hunting dragons in Dragon Age other than you? Like, what? You don't just have fucking dragon hunters? Like, why isn't this a Kunari mage? Like, you remember how fucking crazy interesting the Kunari mages were? They were like tied up fucking super like slave people that had like crazy stuff going on. Like, they were
Yeah.
super interesting. I forgot what they were called. They had like a weird name too.
I'm gonna go back and make me want the same
Harding is
position.
interesting because Harding has the magic thing happening, and they showed that becoming prevalent. I'm like, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, the rest of them, I don't even remember. Like, there's a assassin man who looks like fucking clickbait for like some weird softcore porn. Like
There,
straight
buddy.
up, he doesn't look. He looks so generic. There's like a doctor. I think she's a doctor. She has like the weird hat on. I fucking can't stand. It's like sideways, tilted off of her head. I have
Oh
no idea what her
yeah.
story is at all. And then there's somebody called a Veil Jumper who's like this Asian elf lady, which I guess they're just Asian elves now. I don't. I guess I'm fine, but they don't. She doesn't look like an elf. She doesn't have the like the lanky appearance old elves had. So that's
The
weird.
elongated features.
Yeah, the elongated features.
Cause they had
And
to make one of them cute, right?
I mean, people really liked Meryl in Dragon Age 2. And she
Yeah.
looked weird as hell. And then there was Sarah, who's half human, right? People liked her.
Yeah.
Sarah was a fucking
She was
bitch
a
until you got to know her,
Yeah.
bro.
she was.
She was
She
a
was a
bitch.
menace.
And then you
Nah.
get to know her, and she's a nut job. What talk about good character, bro? She's fucking crazy.
She was
That
a
was sick.
gremlin.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that was
usually,
sick.
I never go for that type as like the love interest.
Oh, I
Mom,
definitely
that's my
did,
love
bro.
interest. Well,
No,
that's
she did
because you like
no,
you
she did
like
herself a
toxic
5-star
women.
shooting motherfuckers, yo. That shit was the first time I saw that in that game.
You like
That shit
poison.
was hilarious.
I usually find me somebody who's probably more stable, but I'm like I really like her.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, she seems like the most Guardians of the Galaxy character. I don't know what her name is, but like the funny
Mantis.
one-line quips. She's two steps away from Mantis, dude. She's got the quips coming out. She's got the stupid smile on the whole time. Like, bro, this is Dragon Age, bro. These people better have some fucked up shit going on in the background. Which they did say there's a ton of like. They said it was strange because of how like PG the game looks, but there was like crazy fucked up things happening at random, like during the quest. Like they said, like some crazy dark shit would start to happen, and like and it seemed out of nowhere because of how bright the game is. But I mean, okay, like there's stuff happening. I'm assuming these characters, if they are well written, if this is what I expect it to be, they're gonna all have like serious flaws that you discover. They're gonna have fucked up shit going on in the background, like. I don't know what, but I'm sure the assassin dude is gonna fucking get possessed by some demon because he shows like demon powers coming out of him. I'm sure the necromancer is gonna do something casual that he shouldn't be doing casually, and we're gonna be like, huh? Uh, I don't know what the fucking Asian elf lady is gonna be. She probably abandoned her friends and lost them all in some evil voyage or something. Harding's probably gonna give in to some possession to the magic or something. I don't know. The Grey Warden's got to have some fucked up shit, right? If it's
Gotcha.
another BioWare game and it's a black dude with daddy issues, we're gonna get there's some
I
problems, bro.
swear to God.
Yes.
Holy fuck, dude!
Jacob?
If there's one type of character they can consistently not make, it is that.
It is the black man with no bro. this falls into the category. Every black character is either bald, has an afro, or cornrows. No in between. The male characters always got daddy issues if the father's even around.
Yeah.
The women are just kind of there usually.
How was Vivian? I don't
Type
remember
of
Vivian staying in Inquisition. She
Vivian
was just vying for
was,
power the whole time, right?
yeah, like she was a super conniving, like, she reminds me of Ikora, maybe because they're both bald. I don't know, but she was very, she was the
Yes.
conniving, like,
Power
enchantress kind
player,
of.
yeah.
Like, yeah, like every time she did something, she did it for a reason, and
Yeah.
best believe if you didn't fit into her plans, she had no problems. I like that character. She was a good
Yeah,
character.
Vivian was
Hate
good.
the fact that she was bald. Why they gotta make all black bald? Come on.
I mean, that's just
But
how it is. But I mean, the male black character specifically.
ma-
Like, we have Jacob.
it's been so long since I played a game with a with this with an interesting character just at all. Like, it's, bro, write him like you write anybody else. Why the black man always gotta either not know his father or have daddy issues, bro? Like, come on now. LaRoe got both his parents chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he cooling. Use him as the template. Don't use me.
I guess we
Use
got Captain Anderson, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Captain
Anderson was
cool.
good.
Jacob was a bad standout. Who was the guy in Andromeda? I can't think of his name.
Oh, what was his name?
I don't remember.
Because
His
he
name.
had the little fro, and all he did was,
He looked
remember
like
the
noob,
stupid
bro.
one-liner he did right at the beginning
Oh
of the
my
game.
god! No, I mean his character was atrocious. Even like beyond the trope,
Yeah.
like he was just trash. Like holy shit!
Oh, I hate it. Like, why do people think? I don't know. I don't know. Few
It's
and
funny
far
though, because
between.
in fucking like that's probably the most consistently underdone character. That's actually good because even in Baldur's Gate 3, the least liked character is Will.
Will had a Will had a decent, like,
I li-
thought Will was pretty good.
I thought his story was good, but in terms of like why would you pick him, right? What does stand out
Oh
about
yeah,
him?
no, I didn't have him in the team. I just thought his backstory was
Exactly.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was too busy trying to get up in my pants. I'm like, nah, bro, chill
That was
out.
my problem with him too, bro. I'm like, let's talk about your business, bro. And he's like, I care to dance. I'm like, huh? I'm not trying to dance with you, fuck boy. What? You
Man,
crazy?
trying to slip up in my tent. Like, bro,
What?
chill.
Hopefully, this dude is not. His name is Liam, by the way. Liam Acosta. In Andromeda. Not that any of those characters are especially good, but yeah, like hopefully, I don't remember. I don't know this guy's name. Like, his name's like Darren or Davrin or something. I don't know. Whoever the Grey Warden man. I hope he has some fucking sick backstory. Like, I want to learn that he fucking killed his parents for power or some fucked up evil shit. I don't know. How'd he get? If he got into the Grey Wardens by being a broke ass little kid on the street stealing shit, I'm gonna be so upset.
I was a street urchin, but they showed me something more.
Oh my god, bro! Come on. Give him something fucked up.
No, you don't get that.
Oh, I came from a great family, and I fucking watched the Darkspawn annihilate the homies.
The
I don't know.
homies.
I don't know. I don't want it to be good. I want him to be fucking have some evil shit. I want something interesting because it's Dragon Age. I want all the characters to have fucked up evil backgrounds that they want to get something out of you. That's why they join, but we'll see. Regardless, I think we've shit on these games long enough for this week.
Yeah, for now.
For
We'll be
now.
back when the game actually comes out.
Oh my
Oh.
god, it's gonna be glorious. Is there any lasting tidbits we want to hit here? I don't think so. If we want to get caught up anywhere, where can we find you at? Larone?
Yeah, you can buy my books at worldpresence.com.
Hell yeah. Rodney? Nothing.
Man, I be working in the dungeons, man. I ain't got nothing for you.
Hell yeah. Cap? The Cap, ready to say?
Catch me at Big Cat Man on YouTube. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow us at Slang Gang HQ. You feel me?
Hell yeah, brother. And with that, I think we will be bidding you adieu.
Peace.
Bro, what's the name of that motherfucker in Dragon Ball?
Oh,